Yeah, so if anyone's stuck around for our 2.5 hour podcast on Tuesday, respect. And also, thank you for tuning in to the RotoHackers podcast, unauthorized supporters of fantasy football news and information, live streaming the 2020 NFL Draft. I'm AJ Herschel, also known as The Kid, and I am here with the man who needs no introduction, but Judah Buddha gave him such a cool introduction, we say it anyway. It's Jared! And Judah Buddha will be joining us later, and we are 10 minutes until draft time. Jared, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to go. We've waited for there's literally nothing else going on. We have no other source of entertainment in the world. We can't really go anywhere. So it's been like 2 weeks of just waiting for the NFL draft. So I am ready to go.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, at this point, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I'm just like, there's 10 minutes. We've made our mock drafts. We've made our predictions. And now we get to watch people in their back rooms and talk about football. I mean,
yeah, well, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's interesting not just from the standpoint of what's going to happen. Hang on one second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was just listening to that. So we've got, I think we've all got like multiple, things going on. Like I'm streaming ESPN on my on my laptop while I'm of course doing this too. I've got my TV. My TV's over on ABC. I was trying to decide between ABC and NFL Network. I'm not sure if ABC and ESPN are going to be the same thing. If they are, then I can switch, something over to NFL Network just so there can be two different broadcasts. But it popped up about Miami, and I was just listening to see if they said anything interesting. But basically, they still don't know. They think Miami's going to take a quarterback, but they don't know for sure. And so that's where we are.
Oh, man, it's going to be fun though. I'm curious. Do you have any last minute predictions, players, trades, any of that? Anything else?
I really don't. A buddy of mine placed a few in a draft bets. Boy. And so he was asking me for advice, and I said, man, my advice would be don't bet. Don't bet on the draft. Because it's just so unpredictable. It's just unpredictable. So I think he bet that Herbert was going to go before pick 6, which would mean Miami having to take him at 5, or the Chargers trading up to 3 or 4 to take him probably.
Okay.
He also bet that CeeDee Lamb would be the first wide receiver off the board, which, who knows? Is it going to be him? Is it going to be Jerry Jeudy? I've heard a couple of people say they think Ruggs could be the first one off the board, which to me would be a little crazy, but I think it could be either Lamb or Jeudy.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the number of Alabama Crimson Tide players who would get drafted in the first round. I think that was set at like 5.5, and I think he took the under on that being 5. So, so those were the ones he took, and I would just have no confidence in any of that. Like you said, beyond Joe Burrow and Chase Young being the first 2 picks, I just don't. I have no idea what's going to happen.
It should be interesting because I know a lot of people like tail end. They're starting to kind of simmer off on Tua. People are talking more about the Falcons possibly trading up to get someone, Lions trading down. And I'm just thinking at this point, I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen, except I know there's going to be a whole lot of SEC players taken in the first round, and that's about it.
Yeah. A lot of SEC players, probably a lot of wide receivers. Really, like if I could just get my wish, it would just be for crazy things to happen. Like I would, I just want I want the Bengals to pass on Joe Burrow, and I want some team like at the bottom of the first round to trade up to get Tua or Justin Herbert, like stuff that's probably not going to happen. But just the crazier it could be, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's oh my goodness. I'm worried that like, what if this draft actually does end up being super predictable for like just the beginning? I know it probably won't, but I'm just I really just want the Jets to do the most Jets thing in the world and not take a wide receiver, even though they need so much help. But still,
I've started to see
I've
started to see a lot of mock drafts having them taking a tackle. So which I mean they do. I don't know. I mean they do need offensive line too, but it just seems like the talent level that's there, you know, between Lamb or Judy, you know, it just seems like, gosh, that's hard to pass that up, you know.
Yeah, and especially when you just think about like the Jets especially need so much help just everywhere. It's like literally they could take the best player available and literally it would help them. They need almost everything except safety and probably quarterback.
Right. Yeah. True.
So I'm curious, since you're the Colts fan, the Colts traded out of the first round. Do you see any possibility of them getting back into it? Do you think they just hang back? What do you think?
I would love for him to trade back into the first round. That would make tonight more interesting. It usually just goes against their strategy, though. I mean, normally they don't. Although normally they don't trade picks either. But they traded their 13th overall pick for DeForest Buckner. And I think that was a good decision. So it's not that the Colts aren't willing to do it if the right opportunity is there, but it has to be a situation where they feel like they can get, you know, a really good can't miss player. And I just don't know if there's going to be someone in the bottom of that first round in the 20s somewhere who they don't think is going to be there at the second pick of the second round. And they also think that they're, you know, good enough to trade up and get. Maybe if someone unexpectedly fell into the early 20s, like, you know, say CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy somehow fell down, you know, say Justin Herbert somehow fell down, maybe then that would be a possibility. But I think probably without something really unexpected happening, they don't.
Yeah, I think so. Man, this is probably, I was just thinking about this. It seems to me to be one of the safest drafts we've had in a really long time, where it's like most of the players, other than I'd say like Tua, it's like, oh yeah, they're good at this position. You take them, they're basically an instant starter. We already know they're going to go ahead and play. There's no big question marks other than Tua over anybody this year. And that kind of surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's not like a super star-studded draft, and not a draft with a lot of like question marks about, you know, boom or bust players. I mean, there are some, like, I mean, some people think Justin Herbert could be a bust. Some people think Jordan Love could be a bust, or Tua if injuries keep plaguing him. But it seems like there's a whole lot of like, it seems like it has like a, you know, a decent floor to it, you know, like we talk about fantasy players having a floor or a ceiling. It seems like this draft has a somewhat limited ceiling, because even Joe Burrow, the guy that they're kind of regarding as a can't miss prospect, is regarded as sort of like a B+ talent, you know?
Right. Even though I mean, it's hard to say. I know a lot of the scouts are like, oh, he's like a good quarterback. If you were going purely off statistics, he'd be probably the greatest quarterback ever to come out of college.
Right. Yeah. And when I say that, I just mean like in terms of his athletics, you know, like they kind of knock him down for that. But yeah, if I was taking him, or had a chance to take him, or even just evaluating him, you know, I think it seems like he's as close to a can't miss as you can get, who's not that sort of elite level body type. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I really just wonder. So let me put you on the spot here with a question.
Sure.
You're Miami. You've got the pick ahead of the Chargers. Do you stick with your guns and go with Tua? Do you go with Herbert? Or do you do something completely crazy and go like offensive line or something? What would you do?
I would take I would take a quarterback there, I think. I don't know that there's, I mean, there's good tackles, but I don't know that there's a guy there that, I think the situations that we've seen in the past where teams have taken a tackle has they've been very solid. So think back to I think it was the 2008 draft where Miami had the number 1 pick. Atlanta had the number 3 pick. I think the Rams were 2. I think it was Miami, Rams, Falcons. The Dolphins took Jake Long, who had a very solid career, and I could be off by a year on this, but I think it was 2008. He had a very solid career, but the Falcons took Matt Ryan. If the Dolphins could go back and do that again, who would they take, Jake Long or Matt Ryan? So I think if you're there, you take a quarterback. If you miss, you miss. But I think you've got to, between Tua and Herbert, take who you think is the best if they're both there. And if you really like one of them and you're afraid the Chargers might jump you, then trade up a couple of spots to the Lions or whoever and make sure you get your guy. But I think this has been true for a while now, but especially the farther we go along with a team like Arizona taking Josh Rosen at 10 one year and then Kyler Murray at 1 the next year, you're going to be penalized less for, even if you took quarterbacks in back-to-back years, because part of that is those rookie contracts aren't what they used to be. Like rookie contracts for top picks used to just be outrageous, and so the latest collective bargaining agreement kind of toned that down. And so it's not completely cost prohibitive. Whereas, years ago, like if the Lions took, when the Lions took Matt Stafford or something like that, you can't financially afford to then go back the next year and do that. So things have changed now. It's a little bit different. And, we know how important it is to have a franchise quarterback and what they can do for you. I think if you're there and you are pretty sure that one of those two guys is the guy, you take him and you don't second guess yourself.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about this. It's just, it's 7:02. So I guess the draft has technically started, I guess.
Yeah. I don't remember how much time we're going to get. I don't remember how much time we're going to get of warm up for it because, they'll come in and Roger Goodell will come out. And so I don't know at what point a team's going to go on the clock, if it's 8:15 Eastern or what here. But the broadcast, I've got ABC on over on my TV and it's not going yet. And ESPN has a little intro going with, I think Peyton Manning narrating it here.
Oh, man.
You hear my dog barking in the background?
Yes, I do. It's adorable.
It gets less adorable. It gets less adorable if you hear it enough.
Yep. Which dog is that? Is that Kylo?
That's Gambit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. And I don't know if I said this to those of you watching. First of all, thanks for tuning in. Second of all, I think Ryan N. There he is, our resident Bucks fan. Hope you're doing well, Ryan N. He says, can't wait for all 4 top offensive tackles be off the board and to settle with Kinlaw. I don't think that's a bad take, though. This is a very good offensive line heavy draft.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. A lot of people like him. He's in the top 10 of a lot of mock drafts. So.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe one of the other GMs thinks maybe he's their guy, and maybe Mekhi Becton falls to him. Andrew Thomas sometimes falls that far, even though I think he's 99% sure going to go over earlier. But yeah, this should be really interesting. So thanks for tuning in, Ryan N. Got any questions, comments, predictions? You already know. That's what the comment section's for. Oh, this is going to be a fun draft. I'm excited.
Yeah, Roger Goodell. I gotta turn my TV up for a second here, but Roger Goodell's giving a little he's giving a little intro apparently here. So hang on, I'll be right back. I don't have my remote here nearby, so
yep, go ahead. Oh my goodness, Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock at pick 1. This is going to be a fun draft. This is going to be a very fun draft. So funny thing, and everyone's got their like draft setup or whatever. I'm back here. I'm in the back room. It should be fun. And to everyone who's done their part to help stop the spread, we will get through this together. And when we do,
it's interesting because ESPN's is a little bit delayed behind ABC's. They just started.
Really?
They just started Goodell's introduction.
Okay.
And, he's been going for a minute on ABC.
Oh, okay. Ryan N says he feels like the draft's going to be boring and lack trades.
I'm afraid it could be. I hope not.
Yeah. I could see it going that way with every team kind of like having their guy. Because since there's such, especially an overflow of wide receivers, offensive linemen in the draft, and so many teams having a need at that position, I could definitely see it going that way. And it's just, all right, everyone line up. Here you go. Here's Thomas, here's Ruggs, here's just move on down the line.
Well, I did see that Jerry Jones is going to be in his house by himself making the pick. So that's almost just a perfect recipe for the Cowboys to do something stupid. I will be so excited when we get to Dallas's pick because I can just see him taking a quarterback, you know.
Oh no. What pick do they have again? Is it like 20 or something? They're somewhere. They're decent.
It's like late teens. Yeah.
Late teens. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I think they pick like 17. I should probably have the draft board up now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, now we've got I forgot this guy's name who's doing the anthem.
Oh, okay.
Harry Connick Jr., I think.
Okay. Gotcha. You know, I'm surprised Jerry Jones isn't at home using his Jumbotron instead. Like he's the only one at AT&T.
Oh, that'd be great. That's what he should have done. That's what he should have gone to the ballpark and just been watching the draft on that giant screen there.
There you go.
Him alone in that whole giant stadium.
There you go. You got to just get the box seats and hire like one cook just for the whole night. Social distance, slide it down the table, and then you have the Jumbotron to watch the draft. It's a no-brainer.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Strange to see people standing up in their living rooms.
It is.
For the anthem here.
Yes, exactly. Like readjust the camera.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, did you see where Todd McShay is not going to be on because he has COVID-19?
Oh no, I didn't see that. Are you for real?
Yep.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yep.
Oh man, that stinks.
So yeah, he's got it, and then the Falcons like digital PR guy, Matt Tabeek, he wrote an op-ed for their website yesterday where he's got it. So
okay, sure.
So still spreading around, pretty bad.
Ah, boy, we're all gonna be stuck here for a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. So the last time we were here, hey, Two Vision says, what's up? It's been a long time. Good to have you with us. Got any predictions or anything for us? Please let us know. All right. At this point last year, this was when Kyler Murray got taken pick 1. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year. I mean, we all know it's Burrow, but Wouldn't it be crazy if Cincinnati didn't take Burrow? Like at the last minute, the Dolphins trade up to number 1.
I'd love it. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, there is like the last 2 years, we thought we knew it was going to be Baker. We thought we knew it was going to be Kyler, but there was a little bit of hesitation with it. But this year, like it would be just a complete shock if it wasn't Burrow.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting how for 2 years in a row, you've had quarterback edge rusher, obvious prediction here, but quarterback edge rusher go 1 and 2. Because last year we had Kyler Murray, of course, and then we also had Nick Bosa go pick 2. And now we get Chase Young going to Washington. I'm sorry, but he goes to Washington. And the Bengals are just going to sit there for their entire 10-minute usage to run the clock out. So they can just say, yep, we already know who we're taking, but go ahead. It's like, I don't know. They just take the full 10 minutes and everyone's just, we already know you've made your pick, guys. You're number 1.
Yeah, let's see here. I got to pull up Shefty's tweet feed. That's something I'm curious to see is if these guys are able to spoil picks very well at all, because in the last several years we've gotten to the point where we know who it's going to be before they call it, because they can see guys on the phone in the green room, and so now I don't know. Maybe they can. Maybe they've all got maybe the real insiders have got live streams of all these guys to where they know who it's going to be. Maybe they can still deliver.
Yeah. See, what's going to happen is Thomas Dimitriev's just going to be sitting in his house, and then all of a sudden we'll see Woj just with binoculars peeking in his house, trying to read his lips, trying to figure out what he's going to do next.
Now, see, the Falcons are going to be an interesting one because they supposedly tried to trade up a couple of times to get into the top 10 to take somebody. So you wonder who they were aiming for. There were rumors that he had even tried to get up all the way to number 2 to Washington, which I'm sure that would have meant taking Chase Young. But Washington wasn't doing that. So it'll be really interesting to see if they do trade up, how far they trade up, who they take. Because there were all these rumors also out there about them possibly taking a quarterback too, which would just be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Maybe not so much for Falcons fans, but a couple of years ago, no one thought they would go wide receiver. No one thought they would take Calvin Ridley.
Fair point.
So I don't know.
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, apparently live from the NFL Draft 2020, Buddha?
Sorry, guys. That's why I'm late. Hey, guys, keep it down back there. I had to make a quick trip.
So did you go to the site? Did you go to Vegas where it was going to be held?
Yes. It's actually, it was abandoned. I let some of my friends, vagrants, in. So,
eat
everything. They're not going to use it. Okay. Anyways, so
it's weird. The top of your screen seems like it might be kind of falling down a little bit or something there.
See, here's the thing. I think you're at the wrong venue, or someone ordered the wrong decorations or something, because it says 2018 behind you.
Yeah, I know. 2018, does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that's generally about how far he is off. About 2 years ago. It's just like the constant.
Yeah, nice.
He's going to be making some. He's going to be making some bold predictions. He's been all over Baker Mayfield being taken number 1. So we'll see if that comes to pass in this 2018 draft.
We'll see, guys. It's going to be crazy. There's going to I heard this young guy, Rosen, supposed to be really good. Hey, how are my levels, by the way?
Very loud. Very loud.
Oh,
yeah. They seem pretty loud even for me having one earbud in.
Sorry. Oh, no wonder.
Ryan N makes an astute prediction. No matter what the Falcons do, they better hope it's not as bad as their jersey reveal.
How about
Yeah.
Low blow.
Is it still too loud?
Yeah, and then when you see the Chargers,
Little low.
it just makes the Falcons look that much worse.
Yeah, it does. It does.
This is going to be a little bit of a
Has
sort of a
anybody
weird
peeked into
podcast for us too, because I assume we're all going to be trying to like listen a little bit to what's going on too.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting.
I don't know.
So what do we have so far?
I'm ready to get it going though.
The Bengals are taking their sweet time picking
here we
Joe
go.
Burrow for us.
Here we go. Going to Roger Goodell's basement. Yeah. Of course, he's giving another speech.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now Judah Boot is in the right ear. There we go.
Sorry,
Teleportation.
Time travel.
My body won't miss those great big bear hugs, but I sure will. Instead, we'll find other ways to have fun virtually. Second, I will miss the interaction I have with our fans
Is my
over
mic
these
still
3 days.
peaking?
It's a draft tradition.
It's very low right now.
I
It's
genuinely
very low
enjoy.
now.
Let's hear from
Yeah.
you right now.
How about now?
Oh, come on, guys. You can do better than that. Let's go. Come on, you guys can do better than that.
Mm,
All right, keep it coming. Wow, even the
that is funny.
How about now? How's my
Yes,
level?
I
How
can
am I
hear
level?
you from my basement, so keep it coming.
Lower.
Is
Lastly,
it lower?
the best part of the draft is
Yeah.
it restores hope. It generates opportunity.
How about now?
Team gets
That's better. That's more
Okay.
like it.
More like
So
it?
good luck to every team.
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
It's now my honor to announce that the first ever virtual NFL draft is officially open.
Where can we watch it?
The Bengals are on the clock.
I'm watching on ABC, and then I've got the live stream of ESPN on my computer. Although I think it may be the exact same.
I think it's different, actually. I think the analysts are different, I should say.
Maybe they are. Bengals are on the clock. Let's not
Really?
drag this out, guys.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we know who they're taking, right? What if they surprise everybody?
Hmm. That'd be interesting. What if someone hacked into the NFL draft and they took DeAndre Swift, number 1?
Did you guys see that that the Ravens were trying to get DeAndre Hopkins?
What?
No.
Yeah,
For
they were.
real?
They made a really real concerted effort before Arizona took him. Arizona.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, I would have too. I wonder what they offered.
Yeah.
I heard
Imagine if they offered
Lamar
like
Jackson.
Imagine if they offered 2 first-round picks, and then Bill O'Brien was like, I like this offer of David Johnson and a second better. I'm gonna take this.
Mm,
How's my mic now? Any better since I backed off of it a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
your mic's good.
Mine's doing fine.
Yep. Am I doing all right?
No, terrible.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I'll just hit the mute button right about.
So I'm trying to find it online.
Yeah, there aren't really any great NFL draft streams online.
Do you think we can see it on our NFL? What is it? Game Pass?
Maybe we might be able to. I don't know if they'll have it up there.
So if they don't take Burrow, who is the next best? Would you assume?
Quarterback or next best player?
So there were rumors that they liked Justin Herbert, but I cannot imagine them taking, even Cincinnati, I cannot imagine them taking Herbert over
Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
Crazy.
Many believe that the draft. Kirk, go ahead, Desmond.
Go ahead.
No, Kirk, I was about to say Kirk's right. I mean, he checks all the boxes. When you look at Tua, at
For everyone tuning in right now, thanks for tuning in during the draft. It means a lot.
Competitors, they always want to make
Any final predictions?
and that has led them being
4 wide receivers go in the first 20 picks. I'll say that.
I would be surprised to see if
I'm going to throw Justin Jefferson in there as well. Even though I think he'll fall to the Eagles at 21. I'll say that.
quarterback, Los Angeles Chargers 6 also needing a quarterback, and the question, will they trade up to get it? Now, this time a year ago,
Yeah, we just need him to make a pick so that we can.
I saw that the Chargers were trying desperately to move up.
Really? Desperately? I think so.
I don't know if desperately is the right word.
He started his career at Ohio State, like you mentioned, Reese. Didn't work out there, transfers to LSU, and wins his team over with tremendous leadership and work ethic. And this past season, arguably, had the best single season we've ever seen a quarterback have in college football. A record 60 touchdowns. Wins the Heisman, wins the national championship. In the 13 years that I've been covering college football here at ESPN,
Oh, Bengals. We're working on half the clock here, guys.
That makes me think. That makes me think that they're not going to take Burrow.
I mean, I would assume that they're holding out just in case Miami flinches. Like they're playing chicken with Miami, and Miami flinches, and Miami's like, all right, sure, you can have 6 first-round picks. Here you go.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
So I think that's got to be the only reason. I would be floored if they took anybody other than Joe Burrow, or if they traded it for anything less than just an absurd amount of first-round picks.
Right. This better be like a Herschel Walker-esque trade for them to take someone else.
Right. Yeah.
Now I know that ABC lied when they said the draft started at 7 Central.
Well, this is why I couldn't come. I mean, I came late, and I still haven't missed anything.
You're fine. You were 15 minutes early.
I mean, if they're going to do this for each pick, how long are we going to be here?
Oh, the draft normally lasts till like close to
11:30.
midnight, I think. 11:30.
Yeah.
How late are we going to stay here?
I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, at least like the first 10 or 15. At least.
Oh,
probably.
yeah. I'm going to stay for at least the first 10. Then, and then if it's too late, maybe I'll rethink that. But
there's 3 minutes on the clock. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw, but what's it called? Bleacher Report did like a fake animation of what the virtual draft might be like, and everyone's picks just kept going wrong, and the Bengals got hacked and took Rodrigo Blankenship, kicker out of Georgia, with the number 1 overall pick.
that's awesome.
And at the end, who could have done this? And Bill Belichick shows up. He's like, oh, I guess I'll take Tua then.
Well, we've got a live feed of Burrow, so obviously they haven't called him yet.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Is there any way? I'm trying to find this online. It's got to be a place to see it, right?
You can go to ESPN.
.com?
Yeah, and then they've got where you can do watch ESPN. I don't know if it's a little bit delayed or not.
Do we have to pay or no?
No, you just have to punch in, like if you ever use anything with your to watch online with your TV account, or
I don't have TV.
if you have a service provider and you know your password and stuff, I think you may have to put that in.
I don't have anything. Oh, Xfinity maybe.
Ryan N says that if we don't stay till pick 14, we're going to have to square up.
Yeah, I guess we have to stay through then just because Ryan's one of our loyal viewers.
Oh, yeah. Two Visions asked, you need a link, Chudabuda?
Yeah.
I love the expressions on the Burrow family's faces. They're just like, really? Really?
Oh, they actually have the ABC NFL draft stream, I think.
Oh, somebody's phone is ringing. Mom's phone is ringing.
Uh-oh.
They're showing the Bengals coach and the director of player personnel. I don't know their front office structure. Do they not have, like, is their GM not on here, or what's the deal? What's going on here?
I don't even know.
Oh, pink Bengals pick is in.
Okay.
So I guess maybe they're
we
just
go.
going to take Burrow without calling him.
Maybe they called his
Oh,
mom.
Judah Buddha, if you go to ESPN3.com, they have the ABC live stream for free.
Okay. ESPN3.com.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch. Oh,
I'm going to go back and show the Burrow family. Let's see if Shefty's tweeted out anything here.
Yeah.
No. No, they haven't so far. Haven't called it. Here we go.
What
Here
in
it
the
is.
world? Here it is.
Here it is.
The 2020 draft. The Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow.
No, Joe Burrow.
There it is.
Oh no, that's crazy! Whoa! I'm shook.
What a choice.
I was hoping. I had a little bit of hope for a last-minute swerve.
So what do you think, guys? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
I think this is great for Green. I think this is great for Ross.
yeah. Yeah, you know,
And Tyler Boyd. Get Boyd.
Yeah.
yeah. My live stream here is like delayed compared to what I'm watching on the TV, so I'm just going to close that out. Yeah, I mean Burrow. You know, I think he's a far more. You know, he's been the safest prospect that we've had in years. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't care that he's not the biggest. I don't care that he's not, you know, doesn't have the strongest arm. I mean, these are all like good qualities. He's just not like, you know, he doesn't have a rocket arm. He's not a Ben Roethlisberger type in terms of size or Mahomes mobility or something like that. But man, he was so clutch. And he was just like I don't know. He was like a Michael Jordan type on the field in terms of just being so clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting I go back to what I said before. Getting his passes into just tiny windows.
Mm-hmm.
Just consistent and growing every year. So if he has what it takes to take it to the next level as far as desire and work ethic and just like that kind of self motivation, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think especially it's just he reminds me a lot of I can't think of a really good comparison at the moment. I'm thinking kind of like almost a mesh between like he's a middle ground, I think, between Brady and Andy Dalton. He's not necessarily great at any one thing, but he is just completely solid at everything. He has no serious weaknesses. He has no glaring flaws. He is consistent. He's good. He gets the job done. Man, I can't speak. And then we all saw it coming. So I mean, there's no surprise or anything.
So next pick, who has next? I got to bring up the picks.
Washington.
Here.
Oh yeah, Chase Young. Chase Young's got to take Washington.
So are we thinking they're going to go with Chase Young?
Yes.
That awesome running back?
Right. Yes. That awesome running back. Who plays some defensive end too.
Yeah. Every now and then.
I mean, he probably could get out and play running back. He's that kind of athlete.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I have no idea.
He's big, he's strong,
I was just saying that as like an exaggeration of how athletic he is.
Okay.
Now the
So
question is, will Washington make us wait as long as Cincinnati did?
Yeah. they may try the same thing, just waiting to see if someone will give them a big offer.
I don't know. Oh, their pick is in.
Wow. Okay. Never mind.
That was fast.
Well, now they did say I did read a story about how they had basically like gotten offers and just rebuffed offers, and they seemed content to stay there. Although, how incredible would it be if they took a quarterback instead? That's what I want to see.
Wow.
Washington
Oh
do
my
something.
goodness.
Take Tua right here.
There's no way, right?
That would throw the entire draft. Just go ahead and throw the entire draft out of whack right here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. There's no way though, right?
There's a way.
It's Washington. It's
There's
Washington.
about 4% chance.
Fair point.
Also, why do we have the delay
What do you
between?
mean?
But why do we have the delay between the pick being in and then announcing it? Because they no longer have to walk it up to Goodell.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like if the pick's in, then I think he's just got it there instantly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just sent him a text.
Snapchatting him.
Right. It's an Instagram photo. Just got drafted.
Yeah, this makes no sense. If the pick is in, let's go. Come on. No one has to walk it up anymore.
So it's like they have to sync up. Okay, Bucky Brooks, Mel Kiper, and everyone else has to finish talking at the same time. Then we can send it up to him.
I guess so.
Well, we all knew this was coming. Doesn't make it any less powerful.
Poor Joe Burrow.
Last year in the draft. If I said to you then, you're going to be number 1 overall in 2020. What would you have said?
I would have told you were crazy. You know, I knew I was going to have a really good season because I knew, you know, we had really good players coming back. I had great coaches, and we were going to work really, really hard to do it. But
why don't
number 1 overall is crazy to me. But it's a dream come true.
mine doesn't have that?
That's the ESPN
Going into
stream, I
last
think.
season, he had a 6th
Oh, is that him right there? I guess I'm just on a delay.
Yeah, it's delayed on
And the computer?
or it was on mine.
Well, I wasn't very good my junior year.
Yeah, it's delayed on mine too.
I worked really hard.
And while everyone who's in the chat is still here, while we're in between picks, let us know what do you want your team to do with your pick?
Yeah, we need some content to talk about here.
Well, here's the thing.
Ryan N, what do you want the Bucks to do? Two visions. What's your favorite team? What do you want them to do?
And while you guys think about that, are the Detroit Lions, are they going to trade down? Because I think they are going to trade down.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I mean, they have a 60% chance of taking Jeff Okuda, but I think they just have such a. They could get so much more. I mean, like you talked about this, Jared. Talk about it again.
Well, okay, so the Lions have the 3rd pick. Say they traded with the Chargers at 6. Like a few years ago, we had this exact scenario. Well, let's see, what was it? 2 years ago, maybe. This exact scenario. The Colts were at 3, and the Jets were at 6. The Colts thought they had their franchise quarterback, Andrew Luck. They did not know what was going to happen with that. So they traded down from 3 to 6 with the Jets because the Jets wanted to move up and take Sam Darnold. Oh, here's Washington's pick. Hang on. Chase Young. There we go. Yep.
There it is.
So far, so boring.
Yeah, so far, but that's what we thought. We thought this would be predictable through the first 2 picks. The draft really starts at pick number 3. Now is really where it gets interesting. So back to that. Yes. So the Jets to move up 3 spots from 6 to 3, traded 3 second-round picks. That's, I mean, the second-round pick. I mean, people get hung up on first-round picks,
Incredible.
but a lot of great players are taken in the second round. I mean, so they gave up 3 second-round picks to move up 3 spots. So, yeah, if you're the Lions and you could get 3 second-round picks to move back a few spots and still probably get your guy,
Yeah.
because you know, or say he's gone. then you're going to be able. There's like 3 great defensive players at least. You've got Derek Brown, the defensive tackle. You've got Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker. You've got Jeff Okuda. You've got an elite player that you could get at some level for your defense. I think if the Chargers or the Dolphins offered you a good offer, you take that in a heartbeat. But we have no way of knowing like how serious those offers were. If Miami was like, yeah, we'll give you a 2nd-round pick to move up a couple of spots or whatever. So you don't really know what they were getting offered, but man, if they were getting a little bit, it just seems like it would make the most sense because you can almost certainly still get your guy there.
Right. This is what I've been going off of, and Detroit. So this is just a compilation of a database of everybody. Like they have distilled down all the pros' guesses, I guess predictions, and so to trade down is second here, with a 24% chance of them trading down. Okuda, I think, would be a safe pick, but like you said, Jared, and plus Miami is desperately trying to. From what I saw, I keep saying desperately.
Yeah.
They want to move up. I don't know.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Yeah. I don't know if one spot would help.
Yeah.
Or 2 spots, I guess. 2 spots.
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends. It depends if they have a strong preference between Herbert and Tua, because if they do, then they risk the Chargers jumping up ahead of them. The other thing here is that the Lions are already down nearly to almost 2 minutes on the clock. So I guess the clock for the next team starts as soon as the pick is in for the previous team. I had forgotten that somehow from year to year. I thought it wasn't until that it was announced. But if the clock on ABC is correct, then okay. All right, now the Lions pick is in. So
there it is. All right. Ryan N., while we're waiting for them to actually speak, here's what he says. He says, okay, I'm going to hopefully not entirely butcher these names. So we've got Jedrick Wills, Tristan Wirfs, Andrew Thomas, Mekhi Becton. Rest in peace at number 5. Ouch. All offensive line. Interesting.
For what? For who?
For Tampa, his team.
For Tampa. Oh yeah, they probably do need some offensive line help. Let's see what for Tampa. Tampa, yeah, this is what they have for Tampa. If you want to, let's see. They've got Georgia and
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas.
Yep.
But see how low all the percentages are.
Yeah.
But the trade up is higher than Josh Jones.
Interesting. Ryan N. says his prediction: no trades incoming. Boring top 5.
Wow, that's a hot take, because I think there's going to, like, if I think at least Carolina.
Well, they're not top 5. Well, you saying they trade up top 5?
Yeah, I think they're going to try. No. Carolina. I'm thinking about Carolina trading down. Who's
here we go. Lions pick.
Lions. Here we go.
After the Lions, Giants, and Dolphins.
The Detroit Lions select
Joe Okuda got the cornerback.
There it is.
Boring.
There it is.
And now
I hope Ryan N. might be right. Boring top 5.
I mean, now if the Giants stay put, and I mean, I think the only way that the Giants would trade with anyone is if the Chargers want to jump the Dolphins, or someone else does. But it's going to be like Giants take an O lineman, and then Dolphins take Tua or Herbert, and then it is going to be a very boring top 5.
I mean, so far it's been exactly what SB Nation predicted.
Yeah. Although there's going to be a lot of anticipation. Like, even if the Dolphins stay there, like, is it going to be Herbert or is it going to be Tua?
No, it's not going to be Herbert. Those people are too smart.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forget Judah's got the.
One of
He's
my
got the master sheet over here.
well, no, one of my biggest predictions is that that nobody's going to go Herbert in the first 10 or first round. I think I said.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. So I'm just curious to see how far my original mock draft can actually be correct. That's what I'm really interested to see.
So, I mean, I went by this SB Nation thing, and so of course, there's only 2 picks, but so far I'm doing
3
pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, those 3. I thought there might have been a chance that that they took Simmons at 3.
Yeah, that's true.
But then everything I saw today was saying like people were thinking that Okuda could be an all-pro corner. So
Yeah. Ryan N says he wants the Giants to draft anybody but offensive line. But I agree with him. I feel like it's Tristan Wirfs coming up next. I think so. He had a monster combine. I'm with you on this one.
Wirfs,
yeah.
Wirfs.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be. I'm trying to find. I can't find where I did my draft.
Is it not in Google Sheets or something?
It is, but I don't know which one it's attached to. Which email? Let's see.
We know, guys, referees today, they throw these flags more than they ever have in the past. The pass interference at top is 15 yards in the NFL. That could be 50, 60 yards.
Actually, I'll be right back. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Anything new going on with you, J-Rod?
No. Nothing.
Do you have your predictions up?
I do not. I did not even. I did not do like mock draft predictions.
Yeah, you did. We put them on the screen.
Oh, no, I don't think I ever put mine up. I think I forgot to do it, and then I was just like, yeah, it's fairly close to you guys.
Okay. Huh. I'm trying to figure out here. Looking through all my
The third pick by the Lions, the New York Giants are on the clock with the 4th overall pick.
Okay. So who are you thinking for the Giants? Oh, I found it. Okay.
I mean, they need a tackle. You can argue for a tackle because, I mean, they've spent the past 2 drafts taking a running back and a quarterback. You probably should get a guy to help them out. But, there's 2 good defensive players on the board there, too, with Simmons and Brown. So,
okay.
So I would rather see them take one of those guys just to like throw it off a little bit. But people think they're going to take a tackle. I think that probably makes the most sense to help those guys. But man, they need a defense too.
Yeah. This was my prediction. I think I'm going to take Herbert and switch him for Love.
That would be interesting.
That
would be a shock too, because all Jordan Love has been doing is falling down draft boards lately, according to the experts. So
really,
now there's even rumors that Love won't even get picked in the first round, which would be pretty wild. But last year, Drew Lock was predicted to be mid first round pick, and then he fell into the second round. So it's not out of the question.
I actually, based on what you were talking about, I'm going to move switch Ruggs and Lamb.
Yeah. See, I think that would be crazy. I think that's taken Ruggs way too high. But I have seen Some people suggest that Ruggs could be the first wide receiver off the board. I think that would be nuts. I think that would be nuts.
Why? Why? Give me a reason why.
CeeDee Lamb, I mean, because it seems like you're just looking too hard for that Tyreek Hill type.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
it's like being too cute.
It's being too cute. Yeah, it's like what we talk about with Jordan Love. You're looking too hard for Patrick Mahomes, and they're looking for that speed guy. Normally, speed guys are not like Tyreek Hill,
Well, you'll get the John Ross type that's like,
right.
He's fast.
He's fast, but he's got really questionable hands, and he's not like a tackle breaker really and stuff like that. So Tyreek Hill is, just a crazy combination of speed and pretty good hands, and like a compact, stout little guy too. So I think that would be getting way too cute. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, he's not the fastest guy, but I think him or Judy. If they took Judy over Lamb, I'd have no trouble with that. Judy might be better. Lamb is, he played in the Big 12. Not the best defense there. So
Ryan N says Jordan Love sucks. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people think like that he's really overrated. I mean, he didn't play well that well against weak competition. It was pretty weak competition. And granted, he didn't have a lot of talent around him, but a lot of the mistakes that he made weren't, things that were really created by the talent around him. It was just him making some bad throws.
Yeah, but I feel like Herbert is just as bad, if not worse. Like I said before, I think Herbert is just as bad, just doesn't have the talent. He doesn't have the skill. Both of them don't have the skill, but I feel like Love's talent it's a raw talent, but it's an awesome talent.
I think that the biggest difference between them, one of it is that, I mean, obviously Herbert played against much stiffer competition, so their wins are completely different. A lot of Love's stock is riding on his 2018 season. He had a really solid 2018 year, and then he came in 2019, and he was very, very inconsistent in terms of throws, production, everything against middling college competition. And then on top of that, Love, he's a good athlete, but Herbert's got a rocket arm. I can't remember which college game I watched, but Oregon was losing. They were down like 4, and he threw a Hail Mary, and it went way out of the end zone.
Yeah, I saw that. It went way out. Like,
yeah.
So that is a little cause for concern. Just by the way, too, the what is Dave Gettleman doing? Dave Gettleman is wearing a mask in his house. He just put a mask on in his house. Okay. Anyway, the Giants pick is in. Here it comes. Hang on. Picked by a guy who's wearing a mask in his house.
This is going to be terrible.
Andrew Thomas.
Oh!
Wow, that is a shocker because he was originally expected to be okay. And Dave Gettleman just what is he doing? I can't get over what Dave Gettleman is doing with a mask. And anyway,
you don't understand, man. He's got a ton of like foreigners that are coming through his house all the time.
I'm telling you, Waj is stalking him. That's what it is.
So Andrew Thomas was originally, like maybe back at the end of the college season or something, was projected to be the first tackle off the board. And then he fell like I saw mock drafts where he was down like in the 20s or something.
Really?
At least in the teens. And now all of a sudden he comes back up. That's very interesting because all the mock drafts had at least 2 guys, Tristan Wirfs, and what's the guy? I think the Louisville guy, the Mekhi Beck.
Oh, Becton, yeah.
Yeah.
Him,
Yep.
maybe even another one. There was like 2 or 3 guys.
Isaiah Simmons was up there too.
Simmons is a linebacker.
Mm.
So he's like Chase Young. He plays linebacker and O tackle like Chase Young plays running back and defensive end. So
I'm just looking at. I'm looking at the projections here.
yeah. So Wirfs, Jedrick Willis, and then some drafts had Becton, but yeah, Thomas went ahead of at least 2 tackles that he was projected to go in front of.
See,
So
they had Wirfs, Willis, and Simmons. They didn't know. Yeah, SB Nation didn't even have Thomas up there.
What's it called? I was doing a lot of. I was listening to. I think it was Joel Klatt on the Herd today, and he said the thing about Thomas is he is the safest pick out of all the offensive linemen. And Wirfs, a lot of his thing, he was great in college, but his combine was incredible. But Thomas is the safest. He's just good at everything. He's just a solid offensive lineman. And Ryan N, I'm sorry. That's one down. But he was your number 3. Keep that in mind. So you got 2 other offensive linemen before that.
That's right. He had Wirfs and Becton or somebody. Who do you have?
He had Wirfs and
Wills.
So I think it might be Tua here. It looked like
It
Tua
has
was,
to be,
it
right?
looked like Tua was taking a call and like maybe he had his headphones tapped
Oh,
boy.
Well, okay, maybe not. Maybe
Oh.
because they just switched back to him now, and he's not on the phone unless it was a quick call. Maybe
wait. They're showing him weeping in the corner, holding his leg. Wait, what's going on here, folks?
What? Oh my.
Sorry, I'm watching.
We're providing some low grade comedy too here, I guess.
Interesting. It kind of looking at what's his name, Tua really reminds me of back when Mariota was getting drafted. Like,
I want a side by side. I want a side by side of Justin Herbert and Tua, and then I want to see which one gets drafted by the Dolphins, and see if the one who doesn't get drafted by them is more excited than the one who does get drafted.
That's so wrong.
I wish we had a feed. I wish we had available to us a feed of each person. We could just,
Well,
put it up
I don't know if Herbert didn't agree to do that or what. They haven't showed him. You would think that they would throw him up there since the talk has been that it might be Herbert, but
what's his name? Josh?
Yeah, there's Herbert. So they're both just chilling out and watching.
What's his name? Josh Herbert?
Justin Herbert.
Justin.
What's his name? John Herbert?
Yes.
Okay.
Jimmy Herbert, correct. Jim
Wow.
Halpert.
So under 3 minutes
Kicker.
left. Yeah. So this is what I wanted. This is what ABC had. Or well, they pulled away from it now, but they had them side by side. They had Tua's household and they had Herbert's household. I just wanted them to stay on that. Dang it.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Herbert, Ryan N, responding to you, Judah Buddha, said Herbert is a lot better than Love to me. Love screams bust.
No, I disagree wholeheartedly. Sorry, Ryan N. I say
Dolphins pick is in. Pick is in.
Oh, here we go. This is exciting. I'm very curious.
And all of a sudden, it started a torrential downpour outside here.
Oh, really?
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. The tide is coming in. The Crimson Tide is coming in.
This is where it gets interesting. This is the first pick that is actually really interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Or
cool.
what if it's neither one? What if it's neither one?
That's a good point. I actually saw what's called a mock draft where the Dolphins ended up taking Andrew Thomas at pick 5.
Yeah, well, I mean maybe that Thomas pick threw things off. Maybe there's somebody else they like there. Maybe they I don't know.
Yeah. It's their first round pick since Tannehill in 2012. My goodness.
Their first quarterback since Tannehill?
Yeah, it would be their first round quarterback. First round since 2012. Yeah.
Let's see if we're getting anything.
Oh boy. This is good. I feel like this draft hasn't been super spoiled yet. Like, I'm not looking at Twitter. I'm not looking at NFL.com or anything. It's like
I am. It looks
Come
like
on!
No, I'm joking. I didn't. I hope he's on the phone with Tua. That's what I hope too. He could change the complexion, bro.
Let's see. Oh, Schefter just spoiled it.
Who is it?
Tua.
Don't say it. Oh, yeah.
No, sorry.
I was
That's
right.
We
So
saw
far,
it coming. Everyone was right.
I've only gotten one wrong.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Giants.
Wow.
How do you spell Tagovailoa? Tagovailoa. How do you spell that?
I would just Google that and then copy and paste.
Yeah, you know what? Until it comes up, I will just do this.
T.
To a T. There we go.
Well, that knocks it down all that speculation about Tua somehow making it to the Patriots and
There was no way.
yeah. Well, now do the Chargers take Herbert? I mean, I think they got to take Herbert, right? They got to take Herbert,
yeah.
right? I mean, you're going to go with Tyrod Taylor. I guess you could sign Cam or Jameis.
They're gonna go with Love.
You think?
Whoa!
Love?
Bold prediction.
Now, see, that was Todd McShay's prediction. Was that he was hearing that some teams like the Chargers liked Love over Herbert.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever saw his final mock though, or if he got sick before he could put out his final mock draft.
Watching Tua's highlights against Georgia hurts me so much. Oh my goodness, I can't watch.
Let's see if I can find Todd McShay's final mock here.
Ryan N's calling it. He says it's Herbert time.
Better not be.
The Herbert hour.
Yeah, see, so McShay didn't do a mock draft after late April. So
you know what I'm gonna do, guys?
Fire away.
Oh shoot, we don't have the upgraded version.
What were you gonna try to do?
I guess I'm gonna have to put him as. I've got something for my background.
Ah.
I wonder how many hats Tua had.
Yeah.
He just went to Lids and bought one of every.
Yeah, exactly. One of every team.
Oahu. There we go.
I'm curious if there is a trade. If there is a trade, you guys, how early do you think it is? What pick? What team will make the first trade?
I thought it would be already.
Yeah, you thought it was Lions. What do you think, Jared?
Man, now I'm starting to wonder, if anyone's going to trade. I think it's gonna depend. A lot of times you see a trade if a guy starts falling, and then a team wants to go up to get him because he's gone farther than they expected him to. So right now, you think like who would still be left there that a team would want to go up and get? Maybe Simmons. Maybe someone would want to go up and get Simmons.
Yeah.
Or maybe if Herbert gets past the Chargers, then maybe that becomes more interesting. Yes, I like that cutout background there. If Herbert gets past the Chargers, then a team maybe didn't expect him to be there at 8 or 9 or something like that. Maybe they go up to get him. So I think that might be what determines it, is if someone starts like Herbert starts falling. So Tua is the first skill player, of course, that we've had since Burrow. So we talked about like
Right.
Burrow, what that could do. So, what does Tua mean for the Dolphins? Is he somebody that you would take a chance on in a fantasy draft? What does that do for, Devontae Parker's value? What does it do for Gesicki's value? Are they going to roll with Ryan? They've got Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's definitely somebody that they can roll with until Tua's ready. Does Tua sit out most of the season? Thoughts on any of that? I guess not.
I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like Fitzpatrick is going to start, especially if Tua. Even though he said he would be 100%, I'm not entirely sure if that would actually happen. So I think I think they start with Fitzpatrick and take it kind of with a Mitchell Trubisky approach when they had Glennon start the first few games. That didn't go well, and so they put him in. They put Trubisky in. I think they'll do something similar with Tua. That's my guess at this point.
Chargers pick is in.
Well, here it is. While we're waiting, Ryan N., his prediction for the first trade, Atlanta trades to number 9, and they blow it like they did in the Super Bowl. Ouch.
Ooh,
that
ouch.
hurts.
I think I could see Atlanta trading up for somebody like Simmons or Derek Brown, maybe, if one of those guys are there.
On Kinlaw, maybe.
Now, Ian Rappaport says that if the Dolphins had traded up, the pick would have been Andrew Thomas. That still seems, though, like...
Why would you trade up for that?
I mean, Andrew Thomas is good, but, why would you trade up for an offensive tackle? Is he really that much better than the next offensive tackle on the board? And an offensive tackle just isn't... I mean, you need a good one. You need a great one, but I don't know. The Herbert family's all smiling.
No, please, no.
Oh boy, his biggest prediction. Ryan N says he's gonna laugh if the Falcons trade up for CJ Henderson. Now I know
that's what I've seen.
Yeah, I know originally it was like projected to go lower like a month ago, but I've been seeing him creep up really, really quickly.
How come we have 8 people watching, but Ryan N is the only one putting anything in the comments? Come on, guys. Get with it.
Probably.
Put some comments. Put some picks. Predictions.
I got a new tweet from Shefty here.
Uh-oh. Don't ruin it for us.
Yep.
Man.
All right, that's it.
There you go. He's excited. He's excited to be playing in those uniforms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. They're so nice.
So what was your prediction again? How far he was going to fall? Yeah.
Out of the first
round. Actually, I had Justin Herbert right here. And I remember I just switched it.
Yeah. We'll see how that turns out.
Bad move.
Ryan N says he wins this round. He beats him. Hey, we got a new viewer in the chat.
Right.
Jeff
J.
Coming. He says over under on the Jets trading up to 7 to get D Brown. Carolina takes CJ Henderson at 11. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, Jeff's a buddy of mine.
Okay.
All right.
Tonight. Let's see here. Jets trade up to 7 to get Brown. Nah, I think the Jets are gonna get some help for Sam Darnold. I think it's either gonna be
offensive line
or wide receiver.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And and that could get dictated by who's there. So, but they're at number 11. So I think there's going to be some talent for them there both ways. I was curious to see if Carolina would move any. Thought maybe they might.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to move up, but yeah, they could potentially move back if they. I don't know. They've got a lot of needs.
Yeah, I could see Carolina moving back, but I don't know if I see the Jets trading up to get Derek Brown, especially when there's so many offensive linemen and they just need so much help on the. And I know that they got some help on the offensive line. I just don't know if that's really going to help. If they did go.
I would have to think the pick here is either for. Well, if it was me in Carolina, I think I would take Simmons because you lost Luke Kuechly.
That's who I have.
Yeah.
I only have one wrong so far, so that's pretty good.
Most people only have one wrong so far.
That's right. I only have one.
Wait. Oh. Well, if we're counting Jordan Love.
I don't see Jordan Love on there. Nope.
Okay.
No. I think they're going to go with Simmons.
I would think that they would, although their defensive line and run defense was horrendous last year.
You know what, though? It half of the season it did okay. I feel like it was injuries that really did them in.
Injuries were part of it, but I don't know. They lost some guys. They really lost guys at all levels. So,
yeah.
They could.
Carolina's pick is in.
Let's see if Schefter seems to be getting. Oh my god! No, let's see. No, he doesn't have that one. Somehow they're managing.
Jared's just getting inside information.
Well, no, I don't know if they. I don't know if their feed is just a little like a few seconds ahead of ours or what, because it's not far ahead.
I will say this. I think if the Panthers did anything except take Isaiah Simmons, which I think they will, I think they go Kinlaw. They got to go defense. That's just my thing. If they don't go defense, I will be genuinely surprised.
Yeah, because they signed Bridgewater at quarterback. I don't think their offensive line's atrocious. They've got McCaffrey. They've got good wide receivers.
Yep.
Although it would be interesting to see them do something like, I just can't imagine that they wouldn't take one of the, two best defenders or so.
Yeah,
right.
I agree. You know what? They really need a running back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, ever since they lost Jonathan Stewart, man, it's and then D'Angelo Williams ditched him to go to the WWE. It's never been the same.
D'Angelo Williams, by the way, has a really good podcast if you ever want to check it out.
Okay, all right.
They just had ABC just ran a promo, AJ, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wait, what?
ABC just ran a promo for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And?
Well, I think
he's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan.
I know, but did they have any spoilers or?
I mean, nothing.
Oh, there it is. I'll be right back.
Nothing to sound. Nothing to stood out.
His pizza just got here, guys. So what season are they on for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
7. This is the final season.
And you guys were saying they kind of ended it prematurely or something?
Well, they didn't know if they were going to get renewed after season 5, and so the season 5 finale was like a series finale. It was really good. So, but then they got 2 more seasons. So,
right. Interesting. So, are we hearing? Who are we hearing? Are we hearing yours? Your TV?
Probably so. Yeah.
We get to hear commercials. That's nice. Because if there's one thing I like more than watching commercials, it's hearing them.
Joe Tessitore alongside Rob Riggle. We just want to take a moment.
Yeah, it's blaring in the background.
Big time sporting events.
I don't know. It kind of gives. I like it. You know.
Yeah.
There in the NFL draft. Yeah, I tell you what, you guys are very cute. With
Well, so far it's been very predictable.
I mean, the only big, the big alteration from what everybody thought was the Thomas pick, right?
Yeah, but it was just a different tackle instead of a tackle
Yeah.
that we thought they were going to take.
Yeah.
I don't know how dramatic that is. You know, it's like someone who's going to go buy a car and they buy a different color than you expect them to, you know, or something like that. So it's like the same model. It's the same model. So
Yeah, and who was the guy you were saying was? You said that he said everything was going to be different than the projections or whatever.
I don't remember who. Oh, I think it was maybe one of the Colts beat writers. I'm not positive, but yeah, there was a guy who was saying that, like, what he was hearing from personnel was that it was like all the mock drafts were wrong. Oh, here's the Panthers.
With the 7th pick in the 2020 NFL draft, the Carolina Panthers select
Derek Brown. Yeah.
Brown. Hey,
Two
look
visions.
who called it. Two visions.
Yep. Ryan N said it'd be one of the two. Our viewers are on point tonight. You guys are
Wow.
on point. Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit shocked they didn't go Simmons.
I thought it'd be one of those two, like Brown, and Brown's another one. Brown is like, what's interesting this year is Brown is kind of like Andrew Thomas, where originally he was projected to go very high and then started sliding him down. And so it's kind of interesting that the like early intel has been more accurate than the most recent intel, really.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just from teams throwing out more smoke screens as we get closer to the draft. But yeah, originally, like, Brown was expected to go high like this, and then for some reason people started sliding him down, you know, closer to like the, 10 or the early teens or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So far we got two that were deviations, but neither of them were huge deviations, right? Because Brown is still a linebacker.
Brown's a
defensive line.
defensive tackle.
Oh, defensive tackle.
Yeah. So now, I mean, I would assume Arizona here is either going to go like Simmons, or I guess they could go tackle. Tackle to help protect Kyler Murray, but they need some defense too.
I could see them going Tristan Wirfs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that Wirfs has fallen so far.
Yeah.
Based on, I mean, if you look at, let me share the, if you share the mock,
I don't know if it's
because
I don't know if it's so
in.
funny.
they had, fast, huh? So they were predicting Brown to go. They had 34% as opposed to 40. So I mean, this has been really close.
Yeah. I don't think it's surprising that Wirfs has fallen this far, though, just because, like, at this rate, there was only one team that needed O-line, Giants. And then after that, it was defense.
You know what, though? Simmons jumps up in percentage since he wasn't taken by Carolina. So I wonder if Simmons gets taken over Wirfs.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do need an offensive tackle, though.
Ryan N., he says Cardinals been mocked the offensive tackle, and he's hoping it's wrong. Ryan N., I'm hoping for you that it's wrong, man. I'm high on the Bucks this year. This is going to be interesting.
All right, let's bet. Let's bet. Who's it going to be? Not bet anything, but like who do you think it's going to be?
Prediction.
Predict. Let's predict. Because this is going to be this is not a slam dunk.
I'll go with.
I'm gonna say Wirfs.
I'm going to say
Jared, go ahead.
Simmons. Oh, good.
I'll do a different one just to have a different one. I'll say the other tackle, Willis or whatever.
Wills.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right.
So, sorry, were you gonna take Wirfs?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
With the 8th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Isaiah Simmons.
Oh, Simmons, yeah.
You got it. Oh, I got it.
Yeah. I like. Clearly, you had a lot of confidence in that pick when you don't even know that you picked the guy.
Exactly. But it's like I said, since the Panthers didn't take him, it really boosted his, next man up percentage.
No surprise. Hey, Ryan, his offensive lineman's still on the board. There you go.
Let's go.
All right. See, now, like at this point, it's hard for me to see somebody trading up.
Oh, Black Ranger's on the screen. Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, why would you trade up? But it's just like so many good players left.
You've got 3 offensive tackles. You've got 2 wide receivers, 2 to 3 good wide receivers. I don't know if we're going to get any trades until, maybe the late teens, or who knows? What if we just don't get a single trade in the first round?
It could be. I was predicting tons of trades. I really thought that people were going to be trading up. All we heard were rumors of people wanting to trade up.
Yeah.
I wonder how much.
Visions.
Oh, good.
I was just gonna say, Two Vision says Arizona's gonna be lit this season. I agree with you. They would have been the team I was high on if the Bucks hadn't gotten Brady. But I'm high on Kyler Murray, so I'm totally with you. Arizona should be pretty good this year. Tough division, but they still should be pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll feel better about them in a year or so. I mean, they could be there this year, but adding Hopkins and Murray's still getting acclimated, and I think they might still be a year or so away.
Yeah,
and you look at the division they're in with San Francisco, Seattle, the Rams. It's just a tough division.
And historically, second-year quarterbacks have really struggled. One, because they feel like they have a grasp on the playbook, and actually that tends to hurt because the coaches are like, okay, here's some new stuff, and 2, because everybody has seen their tape,
right?
All the coaches have seen their tape, so it tends to be a real learning curve year for quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, the Jaguars are up next. And they've pretty much traded away their whole.
They need everything.
I don't even want to start about what they did to themselves.
They might as well just take a kicker.
Rodrigo Blankenship right here.
I mean, if anybody did want to move up, they would be a great team to move down because they need so many things. But who wants to move up? When Judy and Lamb are both still there, 3 offensive tackles are both still there.
Yeah,
there's just all this. So
it has been a fairly boring. The one we live streamed.
Yeah,
it has been a fairly boring draft.
So, what do you guys think? Jaguars? Do they go offensive line? Do they go defensive tackle? What do you think they do?
Defensive tackle. Javon Kinlaw, baby. Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah, that's who I had in my mock draft too.
Who did I have? I had Javon Kinlaw. Noise.
Yeah, I don't know. He's if it goes the way, well, it's hard to say if it goes the way that some of these other picks have been, where guys who originally were projected to go higher have then fallen down. Then it would be somebody like Kinlaw, because he was up there projected to be taken around that pick, and then now some mocks have pushed him down into the like late teens. So I think because you need everything, you take the best player on the board, and so I think either that or maybe they make a surprise and do something like Jerry Jeudy or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think they should take him. I think receiver should probably be the last thing that. I mean, you've got Chark, you've got some decent guys,
Oh yeah, they're good.
but it's Jacksonville. You never know.
That's true. So let's just kind of give a grading, alphabetical grading to what we've seen so far. We have pretty much what everybody expected: Burrow, Chase, Okuda. Was it Wirfs? Yeah. Who? No, Wirfs.
No.
Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas.
That's right. And then Tua, Herbert, Simmons. Right?
Yeah.
And then who did Arizona take?
No, that was Arizona. Simmons.
Oh, okay, that was Simmons. Okay.
Yep.
Who did Carolina take? Thomas, right?
Brown.
Brown. Okay, so what do you think so far? Do you give A's to everybody? Who do you think got the lowest grade?
I think
Jared, good.
for me, it would be the Giants. I think the Giants went safe, but I think they're like a safe like B plus, whereas the other teams seem more like an A. But I mean, it has the potential to, maybe it turns out that Derek Brown's a C plus in the NFL. I don't know. Here we go with Goodell's talking to Joe Burrow.
Okay.
He's going to take Joe Burrow.
Yeah, right.
Ryan N says if the Bucks get Wills or Wirfs in round 1, and then take CEH, which I believe is whatever his name, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, however you pronounce his name, he will legit, his pants.
Take off his pants?
Oh my God.
Iron his pants?
Oh my gosh. He's ironing would, as a millennial, that would be pretty crazy.
Oh
Disinfect. We got to go with COVID. He's going to disinfect his pants.
Yes. I like
they recommend that. Like if you've been out in a high, a lot of people, you might want to like take a shower and wash your clothes. Right? That's smart on his part. Here we go. Here's Jacksonville's pick. CJ
Henderson.
Okay.
Early.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They did gut that secondary.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And got nothing for it.
Gets to stay in Florida.
Makes sense. We didn't want a Florida player playing in Georgia anyway.
So that's interesting.
Huh.
That was who some people were projecting the Raiders to take, I think, because the Raiders are in their corner. But now, like, it's interesting. You got these tackles starting to bunch up and fall, because you still have Tristan Wirfs, you've got Jedrick Wills, you've got Mekhi Becton. So 3 guys that are now there, 10, 11. So I got to think Cleveland goes tackle here, right?
Yeah. They've got to go tackle.
I mean, because that's just what they need. They need a tackle. So I got to think that they take the best tackle on the board, and then it'll be interesting to see if the Jets do the same, or if the Browns pick's already in. Yeah.
Oh
Browns,
yeah, they're Andrew Thomas.
Well, Thomas is gone.
Sorry.
Gone.
Then it's got to be Wills.
Yeah, Wills or Wirfs. Yeah, I think.
That's right, Wirfs. Man, there are a lot of good tackles still on the board.
Yeah, and so maybe the Jets then go tackle. Then it starts to get interesting because then you've got CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy starting to drop down into the teens. Then, I imagine the Raiders take one of them.
Yes, the Raiders are just licking their chops right now, thinking, "Oh man, this is turning out better than we expected."
Derek Carr is super eager, except then when the Raiders draft Jordan Love at like 19, then that could be like Derek Carr could go from the highest of highs with them drafting CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy to the lowest of lows if they then like 7 picks later take Jordan Love.
You're right.
And if you see the Browns front office introducing the Browns pick as St. Jude patient Fletcher Robinson, who was diagnosed with a rare brain tumor.
So what do you think?
Tumor removed and completed his treatment, and he joins us from his home.
So Adam Schefter on a side note is saying that San Francisco might trade out of the 13 spot.
That would be smart. That would be a lot like San Francisco to do that.
Yeah, I would say, you got to assume somebody would come up to take would they come up to take a receiver? Would it be like Philadelphia?
Yeah, that could be.
Maybe Philadelphia comes up to it. Maybe Tampa has somebody that they like there. Although, here we go. Here's the Browns pick.
All right, here we go.
Thank you, Fletcher. We are so happy to see that you're home and doing well. We're very proud to support you and St. Jude in the fight in childhood cancer. And we're all in your corner, Fletcher. Go get them. So I have the Browns pick. With the 10th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Jedrick Wills.
Jedrick Wills, the tackle.
Alabama.
Yep.
Wills.
So Wirfs.
Wow. He is
that
fallen, dude.
That combine performance didn't do as much after all.
Wow. So that's interesting.
So the Jets are up. The Jets need a tackle, but they also need a receiver. So
I think they go with Wirfs unless they find out that Wirfs doesn't have a second foot or something. Like what why is he falling so far?
I mean, it could just be that the guys mocking things were putting too much emphasis on the combine performance. Other teams are not as into it.
Not as enthused. What happened to AJ? Where'd he go?
I'm not sure. He ducked out for a minute. I'm gonna have to take a quick bathroom run here in a second. There he is. Yeah.
Hey, sorry, my computer was about to die, and it puts when it says 5% remaining, it puts ... after it. So it really sells the urgency.
Take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Hopefully before their pick comes in for the Jets.
All right. So what do you say,
Ryan,
AJ?
That was a solid pick. Ryan N, he's with me on this. Best offensive tackles now off the board. Can we just go ahead and say Ryan N is calling so much right now.
Yeah.
Even about Henderson going at 9, just not to the right team. But he's on fire with his predictions today. My goodness.
He really is.
I mean, what else could Cleveland have done, though? Take an offensive lineman. If they took anyone else other than Jedrick Wills Jr. at pick 10, I mean, it just makes the most sense. It makes the most sense. The sensible pick.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially because their defense right now is solid. So they didn't really need anyone there. You already have Odell and Jarvis Landry at wide receiver position. It makes sense to go offensive line.
Yeah, looks good. So, what do you think so far, man? Who do you give the worst grade to? I give it to the Herbert pick, obviously, because that was the worst thing they could do.
I don't agree with that.
Now they have two backup quarterbacks leading the way. Good job, Chargers.
Goodness.
Good job.
Oh my goodness! Wow, you really are not high like at all on Herbert.
Herbert was terrible in college. He was terrible.
No, he was not.
He was terrible.
He had a very, very bad last 4 games. His last 4 games.
No. Look at the tape. No, he had a very bad last 4 years. He would throw to the weirdest places. Going back and looking at his tape, it's going to take a miracle to make him an NFL quarterback.
Wow, bold prediction.
He always threw to his closest and most covered read.
Okay. I will admit he does have a problem with reads, but he's got a huge arm. You can work on the technicalities and take the arm as a strength. And then he's pretty mobile as well. I will give him that.
Now he could for fantasy. He could actually be okay as far as getting the cheat code, through his running.
So I'll say this about about my quote unquote grade right now. I guess literally every pick so far to me has been an A, pretty much, except maybe Carolina. I get going defensive tackle, but at the same time, you left Isaiah Simmons on the board who could play literally any position on the field. He played linebacker, cornerback, safety. He's so athletic. So, I mean, it's a good pick, but I just don't understand why they didn't go Simmons, I guess I'll say. But
yeah, I think they
bad picks yet, I don't think.
I think they took need over talent. But again, I think it's maybe an A- versus an A+ or something. But yeah, I would have still gone Simmons if I'd have been them.
Mm-hmm. And now the awkward moments in between with the commercial breaks. And Ryan N really needs the Jets to go wide receiver, which they could, but they just need help everywhere except the quarterback, running back. But other than that, literally everything else.
I mean, would you be terribly surprised if they took a quarterback?
Yes.
Oh, I would be shocked.
I would be very surprised.
I mean,
Really?
they don't even. I mean, to take Love here when you just took Darnold at 6 or 3 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that depends on if they are happy with Darnold.
But Darnold's, I think, showed enough that you give him not even just one more year, but unless he just tanked next year, you give him a couple more years,
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, Love is such an unproven. I would be stunned if the Jets took a quarterback here. Yes.
Yeah, especially when last year, part of the problem with Sam Darnold was that he was seeing ghosts the entire year because his offensive line was absolutely atrocious. His best wide receiver was Robbie Anderson, and Le'Veon Bell couldn't do anything because he had no protection. Their offense was a mess last year. I think don't go offensive line or wide receiver. I'll be very confused. Sorry, go ahead.
Adam Gase has some sort of Captain America, Avengers, post Civil War look going on there. He's got a cap pulled down. He's got a thick dark beard, kind of looking down. It kind of looks like he's trying to pull off that look of Cap on the run.
I gotta see this. What are you talking about? Where?
They flashed to his house.
Oh
There he is.
yeah.
Yeah. Wait till he looks. Hang on. There you go. See, like
You're right.
That's awesome.
he's got like a little bit of a Chris Evans sort of thing going on
All
there.
right.
He looks like Civil War Captain America.
He does.
I like
does.
it. I like it. All right, that's it. S
What?
plus rank Adam Gase's beard. Winner of the draft takes it away. S plus.
And he's got that cap trying to hide his crazy eyes like he had at the introductory press conference.
There you go.
All right, Jets pick is in. Let's get this going. Come on.
All right, so who you predicting? I say CeeDee Lamb. Boosh.
If I were them, I'd take CeeDee Lamb.
Honestly, I mean, my mock draft had them going Becton, but I think they need Jerry Jeudy. They need a playmaker, and they got offensive line in the offseason. They had a decent offseason. Three offensive linemen.
Becton, the tackle.
What?
Becton, the tackle. Mekhi Becton.
Shot called.
Really?
Sorry, Ryan.
You had Becton in your mock draft?
You want me to pull it up?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's see here. Share screen.
That's what people were. I think Mel Kiper had him in his last mock.
That's
But now, look,
crazy.
both those wide receivers. It's funny, like both those
Right
wide
here.
receivers are there for the Raiders.
Mekhi Becton right here. Pick 11.
Wow, good job.
Thank you.
So for fantasy, that tells me they have a lot of confidence in Sam Darnold. They want to protect him.
Oh, yeah.
And they imagine that he's going to do well with whatever wide receivers he has.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they think that. I think they just want to protect him, and then they'll find people for him to throw to later. Like, because they can get a good receiver in the second round. I think they have a second round pick. So they can get a receiver in the second round.
Can we go ahead and call Becton the Buster? The Ghost Buster? I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
That's like your first dad joke that's semi.
I'll give him credit for that one.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
So
I like that one.
now, whoever goes. So if they get, if the Raiders take a wide receiver here, if they take Lamb or Judy, like, man, that guy's going to have some fantasy value next year.
Agreed.
He's immediately going to be able to be the number one wide receiver. I mean, apart from, maybe Darren Waller is still, I don't know. Maybe he still gets the most calls, but I mean, with Witten there, I think that's going to pull some away from him. I think this could be a good situation for a wide receiver here.
Yeah. We have 2 picks until Tampa, and Ryan N says there's no way somebody doesn't trade ahead of them for Wirfs. I don't know.
The way he's fallen, I don't know.
Yeah. Raiders take a receiver. 49ers, I think, are the only choice for someone to trade.
Yeah, well, and that's what I don't know if you were here when I was reading. I don't know if it was Schefter or Rappaport's tweet, but one of them was talking about how San Francisco might trade out of that.
Okay.
Raiders pick is in.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here it is. This has got to be Judy, right? I'm going to say Judy. I'm going to go Jerry Judy.
No, this is CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just saw it.
Oh, you did?
No, I'm joking.
I think it could be either one. I mean, guys are going to have different rankings on those two. I feel like it's almost AJ Green and Julio Jones all over again. I mean, maybe not quite to that level, but feel like it's going to be hard to miss on either one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, the ding is back.
Information.
Jared and the ding.
Yeah, they were going crazy one day.
Remember that?
I'm not even sure, like, but the thing is, like, I've been getting texts during this, and so I'm not sure why that one dinged in and the others didn't.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's like a way, but it's a way it syncs up because it's text messages and it's syncing up with my messaging system on my Mac. So
Ryan N says he's afraid of Miami trading up from 18 to 13 to get Wirfs. I could see that. I don't know if they want to trade anymore though, because they've got 3 first-round picks.
Here we go. Here's the Raiders pick.
There it is.
Turn it up, Jared. Turn it up.
And I've got it right here. So with the 12th pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
Oh! I almost put Ruggs as the first. Oh, no. What? Ah. You're right, Jared. You're right. First wide receiver off the board. On the board.
I am like, but you know what? That's like an Al Davis move. Like Al Davis is dead, but it's like Al Davis's spirit possessed
John Gruden.
Mike Mayock and John Gruden and forced them to take Henry Ruggs. I am surprised. Like there, I did see those guys calling that Ruggs was going to be the first one off the board, but I was skeptical that was actually going to happen.
You saw me almost switch it, and I didn't do it. I should have. Instead, I switched to Love. Oh, man. I'm smart.
That's really, really interesting. I wonder if it's his speed. I wonder if that's what they're really attracted.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's
gotta be.
It's the difference maker. But I mean, it's they seem to think that what I read said that like his catch radius was better than what people thought it was. Like normal, like usually those speed guys don't have that great of a catch radius, but that he did. So.
Wow.
Interesting.
It will be very interesting.
So now it's interesting because, San Francisco, we talked about them taking a corner, but, Henderson's gone. Ruggs is gone. So do they take Lamb or Judy? Because 14 and 15, well, let's see, 13, 14, 15, San Francisco, Tampa, and Denver, and 2 of those need receivers.
Yeah. Interesting. Ryan N, 1 more pick until Tampa.
No.
We're almost there.
I forget who's he wants the what's his name? The Wirfs.
Yeah. Yep.
I think he's probably going to get it.
See, something really interesting is that I know we've been talking a lot about SEC or whatever. There have been 7 SEC players in the first 12 picks.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Which is insane.
Huh.
Yep. Georgia, Alabama, and LSU. Oh my goodness. All of them.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. I could see the Raiders regretting that pick, but
really,
I mean, you can't teach speed, but I don't know. Wide receiver is such a crapshoot in the first round, especially. There's been a lot of players that have gone in the first round that have just been busts.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think 9 o'clock is going to be my cutoff here.
Yeah.
All right. Go
Hopefully,
hang around for Tampa.
hopefully we get to 15.
Oh, I'm really excited to see who Denver takes because now that Ruggs is gone, I'm a little bit disappointed because I really, really wanted him to go to Denver, and I would have loved him and Cortland Sutton together. But I'm curious now because CeeDee Lamb's on the board. CeeDee Lamb is on the board. So is Jerry Jeudy. What? Oh, we're almost. There.
I'm starting to agree with you. I'm thinking about it, Jared. I think that's a terrible pick. I
think they fell too in love with that speed.
They did not need that. I mean, think about it. They don't have a quarterback that can throw it to him that far.
I think
accurately.
Accurately, maybe not, but
I mean, you got to have accuracy. If you have speed, you have to have accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're just going to try to like play him underneath and set up some little dump offs to try to get the ball in his hands and space. I don't know, but I
think a CeeDee Lamb would have been perfect. You have the wide wingspan. You have the getting space. You know, oh man, why did they do that?
Yeah,
I don't think it's as bad as you're making it out to be, though. If they really like the speed so much, and they maybe, I mean, John Gruden's smart. Maybe he has something
John Gruden's not smart.
Yes, he is. He's like the only coach ever to actually be traded in NFL history. See, they hated on the 76ers too. They hated on them too.
Yeah, but John Gruden wasn't coaching the 76ers.
Trust the process. They should have stayed in Oakland, but trust the process.
Also, is he wearing a bathrobe?
Let's go to it.
I didn't even notice that. That's funny. Oh, boy.
Where is it? Shoot.
Yeah, is that a bathrobe?
Yeah, that's a bathrobe.
That's a bathrobe.
Maybe why is he wearing a bathrobe?
It's symbolic somehow. I don't know how, but it is.
Because he's clean.
Uh-oh, we got a trade alert up in here?
What? San Francisco trades down.
But Ryan!
Here we go, Ryan.
Ryan N.
So I guess they were afraid of someone jumping them.
Mm-hmm. Miami.
Or maybe for a tackle, or I don't know.
Wow, that's weird. Can we have? I think Ryan N has earned a spot. We need to have a guest appearance by Ryan N.
Oh, somehow, yeah, someday, yeah, man, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Here it is. They've got to go Wirfs, right? They have to. They have to go Wirfs.
I mean,
and let's see. Yeah, their picks already. Their picks already
Tampa
in.
did it without having to give up the 14th pick.
What?
What was the trade?
Oh, they're gonna take. Are they taking two players back to
back?
Wow.
Okay, the 49ers traded pick 13 and 245, I think.
It's starting to get crazy, guys.
They switched. So the 49ers traded pick 13 for pick 14. They also traded pick 245 and got pick 117. So that's a pretty balanced trade.
Yeah, for one spot, you get to move up 100 something picks. Yeah, that's worth it.
That's a solid trade.
My screen has frozen. It's still going, but once we get past some of this stuff, I'm gonna have to reboot. But
man, don't you have a new computer?
Yeah, but it's the new Macs. They just have
not
issues.
Good, huh?
Freezing up. Well, I mean, the computer is great, but it has freeze issues that. And so when I first got it, it did a little bit of that, but then it hadn't been a problem most of the time. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just coincidentally when we do screen share stuff that freaks it out. I don't know.
No,
It's
because it didn't
funny
do
'cause-
any of that when we were looking at jerseys, right?
I'm the one streaming several different things, sharing them, and I've got like a 2015 Mac.
Well, I have, yeah. Oh, I know. It's not like the other Mac that I have, the old Mac. It's a 2000. What year is it? 2013. And I mean, it's been great. I never had any freeze issues with it, but well, until it got older. And then like that last 6 months or so, I started having them, which is why I had to upgrade. But yeah, they don't make them like they used to. Here we go. Bucks pick.
There it is.
What if it's not a tackle? What if it's not Wirfs? Is
Two
Ryan
Vision
in?
says Wirfs. Ryan N. We're all saying Wirfs.
I don't think it's worse.
With the 13th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Tristan.
It's Wirfs. Yeah.
No.
There it is.
All right.
Everyone is, man.
It's just odd to me that they flew up the board to get worse. I feel like they could have gotten him either way.
I think someone else was trying to trade. They were
Yeah.
probably holding off someone.
Or the 49ers bluffed them into believing that.
Yeah. Just like they did with the Bears, and we traded up to get Mr.
Yeah, it's-
The 49ers are good at like suckering people into trading up one pick, you know.
they really are.
Oh my goodness. Congrats, Ryan.
Wow, the Buccaneers are going to be.
Good.
I mean, can we go ahead and start saying Golden State Warriors?
No,
Dude,
it's not
not
the
yet.
same. It's not the same.
I know.
No.
You know, I'm the one who thinks they're not going to be very good at all.
True,
So.
true. Yeah. So do we see back-to-back receivers here with Lamb and Judy going to San
I
Francisco?
mean,
It
we
has to be.
got to, right?
It has to be. Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
And it's funny, you know, there was this thought that there would be all these receivers in the first round, and we're just now like getting to the point where people thought they'd be taken. But what if there was only like 2 or 3 receivers that went in the first round? That would be pretty funny.
Wow.
That'd be crazy. Now, what's it called? Well, we're here. Two Visions. You got any more predictions for us? Ryan, I know you are going absolutely ballistic right now. We got 11 viewers here.
Wow.
If anyone's got predictions, questions, put them in, y'all.
Shoot, David mentioned that he was a great.
And once again, congrats to Ryan.
So
Tristan Wirfs. Man, that's a good pick.
Just good hands. He can actually.
I think this is going to be really good for Tampa Bay. I feel like they are going to protect Brady. See, the thing is about Brady, he doesn't need excellent protection, but you give him excellent protection, and you can free up Gronk to go out and do more offense rather than holding the line. And it'll be interesting if they, with their next pick, not this next pick, but with their second round or third round pick, they get what pick did they give up?
Tampa?
Yeah.
They just swapped. Tampa was right behind him.
Yeah, 100.
Okay.
Yeah, they just swap picks. But if you're talking about their later round pick, would have been like a 4th rounder, I guess. Like if it was number 100 and something.
I'm curious to see what they do at running back, because that could also really impact their offensive line.
Yeah.
It could really impact how their offense is going to look.
Well, and there's going to be, you know, people are thinking there's only going to maybe be one running back taken in the first round, which we'll see if that's true or not. But maybe they trade up again. Maybe they trade up early in the second round and take Taylor or
DeAndre
Swift if he's there. Yeah. So
Fascinating.
Interesting. I'm thinking if anyone's going to take a running back, I feel like it's going to be Miami. Because they've got Howard, but he's had a rough go of it the past few years. So I feel like if anyone, it'd be Miami, even though they have a million needs already.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Tampa doesn't think that they'll run the ball that much. Maybe they're going to try to go with sort of that New England style where they just have so-so running backs and they really expect to live and die through that short passing game.
If they do that, I think there are a lot of good running backs later on in the draft they could take some shots on,
Yeah.
You
So,
go
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So now here's the other thing, though. You were talking about Carr, though, and why would you take Ruggs if you're gonna have somebody like Carr? The Raiders also have the 19th pick, and so Kuiper's mock draft is that they would take Jordan Love with their other pick, and so if they did that, then you have a guy with an absolute cannon to throw the ball down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't you use that pick? I mean, there are enough wide receivers that you could get a great wide receiver with the 19th pick.
Yeah, you can. I think you can get Justin Jefferson at 19, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Or what if Jerry Judy's still there?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
It is possible.
Wide receiver core.
It's gonna make
the Raiders trade up from the second round and they end up with Ruggs, Judy, and CeeDee Lamb.
that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
And that would be so Raiders too.
It would be so Raiders. Neglect every other position and stock up.
I mean, truthfully, they don't have a lot of like glaring needs anywhere else. So maybe they do just go all in for wide, because they do. That is their glaring need, is wide receiver.
Yeah, Tyrell Williams was not a number one guy. But the thing is, I just don't know that like in year one, Henry Ruggs is a number one guy. It just feels like someone like Judy or CeeDee Lamb is
Yes.
Yeah, they're just more polished that they could come in and be a number one guy in year one. So I don't know.
I really felt like Ruggs was a project. Like he's gonna be good, but like you said, not year one, and he's gonna be more of a gadget player. I mean, even if you look at Tyreek Hill, he was not a number one when he came into the league at all.
Well, but I think part of that was character concerns that ended up being well-founded. But I think he dropped to like third, fourth round because of the character issues. I don't know where he would have gone if not for that.
So what do we got?
I was just thinking about this. Like every time Brady's done really, really well. You guys remember at one point he had Wes Welker and Deion Branch at the same time. And now he has Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Rob Gronkowski at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
But he has a different arm. He has a different body.
True.
And arguably better wide receivers, arguably.
Well, it's just like a matter of like how much can those receivers offset what he's lost over the years. So it would have been fun to see him, I guess the best comp you can give it is like back when he had Randy Moss. Like if he had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin back during that time, it would have probably been similar numbers to that. Yeah. Now it's harder to say exactly, what it'll be, but
especially I think it was 2007 when Walker and Moss both were 1,000-yard receivers, and that's Welker and Moss, I should say. It's insane. Ryan N, he says, I'm so happy. People talking about a fourth-round pick. Who cares? If someone had traded above us, he would have lost it. Worth the fourth round for security. Totally. Like you just swapped
here we go.
Fourth to sixth round.
Here we go, 49ers. Kinlaw.
Wow.
So they did not go receiver.
Wow.
Oh,
Man,
no.
you got like if one of these guys then ended up in Philadelphia or something, that would be like
They need it. They
Wow.
need it.
imagine someone like Philadelphia or the Vikings getting Judy or Lamb, whereas they traded away the Vikings traded away Diggs. So
Oh,
all right, I need to
no.
take this opportunity to restart while we've got a little break before Denver's pick.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Also, oh my goodness, I just gotta say this real quick. Arik Armstead, Solomon Thomas, Javon Kinlaw, Nick Bosa. That's frightening.
That
is frightening. Oh my. I mean,
Yeah.
I know the 49ers were going to take someone and they were going to get better. They just got. That is scary. That's frightening. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
They're gonna have a thunderous defense.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Gosh, I can't even think about that. Oh my goodness, that's insane. So I'm curious. I know I'm super high on wanting Denver to go wide receiver. What do you think Denver does here?
I think they could go with defense as well as they have an offensive line as their guys are getting old. They've got really good guys, but they're getting on in years. Let's see who. I think they probably go. I mean, they could take a Jerry Jeudy here.
Yeah.
They could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to take a CD Lamb or Jerry Jeudy. Probably Jeudy.
Mm-hmm. I think they go Jeudy as well. I mean, they could take CD Lamb, honestly. I mean, either one would be really, really cool.
Who is faster? That would be my question.
Let me check real quick. I can look that up.
I think they're going to take whoever's faster because they have the strength and wingspan. So
and while I'm looking that up really fast, Thomas H drops in right before his Falcons make a pick. He says, "Give me a pass rusher."
Okay. There's some on the board. Okay, right. There's definitely some on the board.
All right.
How do you feel, Jared, about how do you feel about the sorry, got interrupted, my wife peeking in. How do you feel about the Broncos taking a wide receiver?
I don't know. I mean, Sutton, I think, can be a number one. I mean, if you want the value there, man, Lamb or Jeudy. But I could see them going maybe in a different direction too, because I don't know that that's their biggest need. But most people were mocking them a wide receiver, so maybe one of these guys go there. I don't know. The pick is in.
By the way, Judy Buddha, Jerry Jeudy faster.
It's going to be Jeudy.
In the 40-yard, I should say.
What's interesting with the 49ers, is they got that pick by trading DeForest Buckner, the defensive tackle, yeah. But it was basically a money thing. Like the 49ers want, to build on that line. That defensive line is where they're going to put their money, but they just couldn't keep everybody, with Bosa and all those guys on the line. And so they still wanted to keep it stocked, but they just needed to get someone who wasn't due a big payday.
Yeah. Genius play on their part. And Thomas H says, could you imagine if the Falcons picked up one of the wide receivers? It would be awesome, but also I feel like that would be ridiculous.
It would be a terrible move.
I don't know if it'd be terrible. I would be inclined as a fantasy owner or a fantasy guy to take a lot of Matt Matty
Oh,
Ice
yeah.
next year.
Oh, fantasy wise, it'd be awesome, but sense wise, just like they need defensive help. They need defensive help. Offensive lines in year 2, running back situation. They got Gurley. They have Julio and Ridley. They've got Matt Ryan. They got Hayden Hurst. Get defensive help.
I wonder if they might think about Xavier McKinney, the safety, because now for a few years in a row, what's his name has gotten hurt. Their safety. Okay, here's the pick.
Come on.
Jerry Jeudy.
Ah! All right.
Told you.
All right.
Nice.
Let's go.
Let's
I
see
mean,
how he
that's-
reacts.
That's good value at the 15th pick.
That is real good value. I'm starting to think that AJ, your prediction of the Broncos being a top 5 team, yeah, that could be.
I'm excited. They are my dark horse this year. It's like great defense. Now they've got Jerry Jeudy with Cortland Sutton. They just got Melvin Gordon. Drew Lock finished the year, I think, like 3-1, 4-1 at the end of the season. I am excited. I'm
I
excited.
think it could really depend on Locke.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think
yeah, definitely.
It all hinges on his development.
Oh boy, I'm excited. Woo! Broncos are going to be fun to watch this year. They're going to be very.
So next up, we've got the
close.
Falcons, and then the Cowboys, and then
Okay, what Falcons can take Lamb. I am floored that Lamb has fallen so far.
but you look at the teams coming up now. So you got Falcons, who have Julio and Ridley, the Cowboys, who have Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. You've got the Dolphins at 18. The Dolphins could potentially take a target for Tua, but now it's looking like 18's about. And then you've got the Raiders again. Would they take another wide receiver?
If CeeDee Lamb falls, they need to take him.
So then you got Philadelphia and
They need
Minnesota sitting there at 21 and 22.
Oh man, Philadelphia is just like, thank you, Lord.
And keep in mind, Justin Jefferson's still on the board too.
I know.
Although he's more of a slot guy. He's really a slot guy. So
I don't know.
But still.
Yeah, I wouldn't see him going to Minnesota where they've already got Thielen. But like if I was one of those teams and seeing CeeDee Lamb fall, like I'd be, I think, trying to trade up,
Oh yeah.
And really this would be the spot probably, or this might be the spot because then you risk him being gone there to the Dolphins because the Cowboys are at 17 and Jerry Jones is not going to trade with you probably if you're the Eagles. So I don't know if the Falcons, there was all this talk of the Falcons trading up. Maybe they would want to trade back. I would love to just see him keep falling though, because then it just like I want to see more and more receivers push down the board to the Colts.
Well, I mean, that's what it's looking like. I mean, the Colts right now are starting to get their hopes up. If I were them, at least, I would be thinking, this is looking good. Not only for wide receivers, but if they want to take an offensive lineman, they got a lot of good picks.
Yeah, their line though is so. I mean, they kind of almost for their offensive line have the same approach as San Francisco's defensive line, where they will stack that as far as they can, So I could, and they did lose one of their backup linemen to somebody. So I would not rule out them, taking an offensive lineman in the second round. But man, that's down the priority list. So
what would be the priority list? I mean, as a Colts fan, what do you off? So you want a wide receiver,
and
then
an edge rusher, edge rusher, and then safety.
All right.
Unless they think that Jordan Love can be the guy. But again, like if they had thought Jordan Love was the guy, they would have
They
stayed
would
at
have moved up.
13. Well, they would have
Yeah.
just stayed at 13
Oh, yeah.
because I mean,
Yeah.
even as valuable as a defensive tackle like DeForest Buckner can be, if you can find an elite quarterback, that's what you take. So I don't think they go for Love.
Here's something interesting. I think one team that could trade up. I know they need help on defense because they didn't do much in the offseason, but the Packers need wide receivers. And I know they got Devin Funchess,
Yeah.
Yes.
but still,
Yes.
A lot of
I don't know
mock,
why I, the Bears fan, brought this up.
well,
You're right.
A lot of mock drafts have had them taking the Arizona State receiver, Brandon. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. Ayuk. And
It's pronounced Oyuki.
Oh, okay. So the only thing I would have about CeeDee Lamb to the Packers would be it's very Devontae Adams like, so maybe you need like the Packers to me would have been the team to take like Henry Ruggs, like that type of player, because like a little, no, he's not that small, but he's not a 6'2", 6'3" wide receiver.
Right.
But a guy that could bring that explosive element, because Devontae Adams is great, but he's like but he catches like 30 balls a game. He's a possession guy. He can do other stuff. He can catch the ball down the field, but they don't have a take the top off of the defense type guy. So Ruggs would have been perfect for them. And that the kid out of Arizona State is, I don't remember what his 40 time was, but I know he's like a 5'11" or so guy, I think, and would be more along that type. Line.
I think they're still eyeing the Baylor, what's his name? Denzel Mims.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they still have their eye on Denzel Mims, and I think they're gonna get him.
The only downside to Mims for them is that he's as talented as he is. He's raw though. He doesn't run great routes, and so with Aaron Rodgers running out of years, do you want to take a really raw wide receiver?
Yeah. So you're thinking Ayuki, huh?
That's the one that would kind of make sense to me, but I don't know. Because they just don't have, you think about that offense, they just don't have that kind of, game breaker, like that. So
they're also Jefferson might fall to them. You never know.
Yeah,
the way things are going.
If Jefferson did, because Rodgers has loved slot receivers, like he loved Randall Cobb. I could see that being a good fit, because if I would not want to, if I was a team, I don't think it makes sense to take. I don't think it makes sense to take Jefferson unless you're a contender. Okay, here's the Falcons pick.
Here it is.
Who?
AJ Terrell, cornerback for Clemson.
Okay.
Okay.
So this, I'm not sure if he was even. So like,
they probably could have got him in the second round.
Mel Kiper didn't have him going, in the first round in his mock. So it is sort of a, not necessarily a surprise position for the Falcons, but a surprise.
It's just a reach
player.
Yeah. So let's see if this other
things are looking so good for the Packers right now. Like, what do you guys think about this guy? What do you think about T. Higgins?
The thing that scares me about T. Higgins is like he wouldn't run the 40. He's a great tall guy, but like I'm afraid he may be kind of Mike Williams like.
Would you say though he's kind of like who's the guy that the Packers used to have? That guy, tall
Bunches that they just
Jones.
Huh? Yeah, Jones. What was his name?
James Jones.
James Jones.
Jones wasn't that tall. He was. I think
He was.
I think no. I mean he was like, I mean but he was like
He was 6'1".
yeah. Jones wasn't that big.
6'1" pretty big for a wide receiver.
It's okay. It's not like the 6'3", 6'4",
Okay,
Mike Williamson.
Funches. So did they take Funches? Is that
They drafted, or no, I'm sorry. They signed
traded
Funches.
or signed?
Yeah, they just signed him because he was with the Colts. He left Carolina, went to the Colts on a 1-year deal, and then got hurt in week 1 or preseason, one or the other, and was out for the whole season. Broke his, I don't know, shoulder, something. So they've got him, but he's an outside guy, really. So I think Jefferson would be a great fit for the Packers if he was there. I'm trying to look and see like who else, like where else he might fit. The Patriots love slot receivers. Maybe they're worried about Julian Edelman getting old, and maybe they would want to take him. I mean, the Eagles really need an outside receiver. So if CeeDee Lamb was there for them,
wow, yeah, you're right. CeeDee Lamb is still there. Philadelphia is thinking it could not have gone better for us, folks.
if he makes it there.
Also, really quick, I've been looking up a couple more mock drafts to just make sure I'm not crazy. So AJ Terrell's been going around pick 20 to like Jaguars. Sorry, not Jaguars.
Okay.
Raiders. About the
Okay.
Raiders area. So I don't think it's that much of a reach. Ryan N says it's the worst pick of the draft so far, but I mean,
Yeah,
quarterback, best one available. I get it.
I'd seen his name and some others, but just the two that I'm looking at, one of them's Kuiper's last
Fulton.
one.
Why did they take Fulton above Terrell? Fulton's Tristan Fulton or Kristen Fulton, whatever his name, Christiane Fulton.
I don't know. Kuiper's last mock draft had a couple of guys like Jalen Johnson from Utah, and see if he had another one. Kuiper even actually moved up Antoine Winfield Jr. Into the bottom of the draft, bottom of his mock draft. So I guess something happened to cause him to bump Terrell down. Yeah, I don't think it's it's a pick of like they need a cornerback because they let Trufant go. So they needed to probably take the best one there.
Yeah.
I
get it.
I also read, let's see, from Adam Schefter, who said about 20 minutes ago, he said, in the end, neither nor the Chargers nor any other team ever made an offer to move up to Detroit or the Giants' spots, per league sources. So all of that was a smokescreen.
Okay.
Interesting.
And that's why you can't trust anything,
Well, why wouldn't they lie?
Right. It behooves you to lie as much as possible, Cowboys pick is in. Oh, come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry. Do something crazy.
Thomas H, by the way, says the Falcons, they needed a cornerback. They needed any on defense.
Jerry-
And Ryan N does bring up a good point. Terrell did have a really hard time in Ohio State.
And Jerry Jones's house looks like the Today Show studio or something here. I don't know what's
It does. It does.
It looks like they even brought in like Hoda Kotb to interview him there or something.
You are right.
We'll just
got
see
a
Michael
morning show
Strahan come
couch.
over with the microphone.
Wow.
All right, welcome to Good Night America.
And
Michael Strahan here with Jerry Jones.
And what are those giant like plastic looking circle things in the background? They look like giant hair dryers, like from the beauty shop, like you just put down one of those things over somebody's head.
What is that?
He is in the Cowboy Stadium right now. He's in Jerry World in one of the box seats. I'm telling you, that's where he is right now.
Uh-oh. They're pointing at stuff. Come on. Let's go. Oh, we lost AJ.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Are Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones on the phone with each other?
I think so. I think Jerry's telling him who he's picking.
He's like, up yours.
Oh, here we
Mike
go. Here it is.
McCarthy.
Here it is. It's in. CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my goodness! Two visions shot called.
You know what?
It.
They did not even want CeeDee Lamb. They just took CeeDee Lamb to keep Philadelphia from getting him. because 2 years ago, the Cowboys traded up. No, I'm sorry, the Eagles traded up one pick in front of the Cowboys to get Dallas Goedert, and that was when they knew that Jason Witten was retiring. That was when they knew Jason Witten was retiring, and they took up and they figured they were going to go tight end. So the Eagles went up and got him. This is just revenge for them doing that. They just ignored their own needs to go get him.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious.
I love it. That is a perfect Jerry Jones pick.
You know what though?
Cooper.
Cooper goes down.
I just realized what it is too. He's an Oklahoma player. That's what it is. Jerry Jones went to Oklahoma. That's what it is.
He loves Oklahoma players.
He loves Oklahoma players. That's what it is.
My goodness.
If they had any kind of need at wide receiver, then fine, go get him. But this, it makes no sense for them trying to have a team that's a contender, and you've already got Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, unless you plan on trading one of those.
I have to say though, this puts the Dak stock up for me.
Yeah, I can just see the disappointment on Mike McCarthy's face. Like,
ouch! Oh my goodness! Two visions shot called it literally right before the pick came in. Ryan and he agrees with you on this, Jared.
Yeah. Look at Mike McCarthy here. You can tell. He's like, yes, sir. That's.
He's like, son of a.
I'm thrilled. Yeah, I can't wait to try to find ways to use him in the offense. Good job, sir. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
This has made the draft so much better. This has made the draft so much better because I needed Jerry Jones to do something stupid. Here comes another 8-8 Cowboys season.
You know what's funny though is that McCarthy goes from having almost no wide receivers to having just a glut of wide receivers.
Yeah, that's true. See, I just don't get why the Cowboys are so mediocre. Because it's like their defense theoretically should be good. They now have an insane wide receiving trio. You have Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, and you miss the playoffs at 8-8. Oh my!
Well,
goodness.
we'll see what McCarthy does. We will see what McCarthy does.
So we got to go to the resident huge Cowboys fan is Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless loves the pick. He says, yes, how about them Cowboys? They just made the steal of the first round, getting CeeDee Lamb all the way down. It is a
steal.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Him and Wirfs, both of them big steals.
I don't know. I heard Wirfs only has 1 foot.
Inappropriate. Let's see what his co-host Shannon Sharp has to say. Shannon Sharp says, he doesn't really say too much of anything about it. Wow.
Well, that's it makes it for finally we're seeing some Variation, boys.
The thing I hate about that though is now I don't know. I don't think I want any part of Dallas receivers.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of feeling you on that one.
I mean, Dak, sure, Zeke, sure, but for fantasy purposes, you've now got Amari, Gallup, who's going to take another step, and then CeeDee Lamb. So I just feel like it's going to water down. I didn't want Amari already as a third or fourth round pick. I was kind of higher on Gallup, but then now, and I was kind of interested to see where CeeDee Lamb went because I was expecting like maybe Jets, maybe Raiders, where he could be, a number one guy. Now, yeah, I don't want any part of those. I think Jerry Jeudy is interesting, and maybe Ruggs. Maybe Ruggs is more interesting, since he went to the Raiders. But no, I like Dak and Zeke, but no, I want no part of Dallas receivers.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Interesting.
Well, let's see. What have we got now? We've got the Dolphins.
Miami again.
What pick are we at right now?
19, is it?
18.
I wanted to stay till 30, but
So much recent speculation.
What if you stay till 20?
Yeah, we'll round it out.
I just don't care. Like 30 is the only one I care about from here on out.
Oh, 30 because of the Packers.
Packers.
Yeah.
I was hoping it like maybe by 9:30. But I have to go by now. I'm just gonna stay till 9:30. So.
Well, the Dolphins pick is in, so you can get probably one more pick in, one last
one
pick.
one or two.
So are they going to get Tua some help here? What are they going to do?
Curious.
Could they go? I don't know. I don't know what they'll do here. Do they surprise and go running back here?
Ooh,
that would be a surprise.
Ooh, a
little bit early, maybe.
Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor.
Get to this point, and then I'd also like to thank Stephen Ross, Chris Greer, Coach Flores for giving me this opportunity. And believing in me and taking a chance on me.
So congratulations! We can't wait to watch.
Who is it? Tua.
Tua was being interviewed. Yeah. There's still a couple of tackles out there. Maybe Austin Jackson out of USC.
There's a lot of defensive men too.
Yeah, a lot of defensive players.
Somebody else that used to wear that number. If you're the Miami Dolphins, so you've got your quarterback, you've got two more picks here in the first round, but there's a trade here now.
Oh, what?
Oh, maybe they're just talking about how the Dolphins got the pick in the trade from the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Last year, the worst defense in the NFL. You had the fewest sacks last season. And on offense, you had the worst rushing offense. And gave up.
Come on, just make the pick.
Close your eyes and point.
Cannot take this long to make a phone call.
I think you're right. I think they really do. Okay, here we go.
Here it is.
Oh, he says good news for Tua.
Boring.
I bet it's a tackle.
The Miami Dolphins select
Austin Jackson. I was right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Got your quarterback, and now you're going to protect him. That's smart.
What's happening with my
Dolphins are having a good draft so far.
Yeah. Why is my
Yep, two visions. They need to protect Tua. There you go.
So
or Fitzmagic.
So hold on, Judah. Stay for pick 19 because pick 19 is the Raiders. Pick 19 is the Raiders.
That.
So could it be Jordan Love? Because if it's not, then where does he fall to?
Oh my goodness. If it is actually Jordan Love, and then they have what would that make it? That would make it Mariota, Carr, and Love? Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't know if I see all three of them.
I will probably not predict it being Jordan Love.
I don't think it will be, but
I
I
think-
wouldn't have thought they would have taken Ruggs. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
Fair point. Fair point.
they're going to a new city. I could see the argument of them wanting to have an exciting young quarterback to stick in there. You know.
I'm starting to plan for the future, even though I have no idea what's going to happen next. But it's just so fun to know that I can do it one day.
Ryan N says, imagine getting drafted. Use your whole TV time to talk about your sister's disease. Come on, that's not sad. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's impactful.
Ryan, come on. Get a heart.
Austin underwent that transplant last July and returned to football practice less than a month later, something his doctors had never seen. As for Autumn, Austin says she's making a full recovery and showing no symptoms. She has the world in front of her right now, Austin said. The same is true for him, brother and sister Reese, facing a bright future together.
Yeah, still 4 more minutes. Raiders pick's not in yet.
You know what? At least she doesn't have COVID. Sorry.
That would be bad.
Oh, here we go. Raiders pick is in. All right.
All right. Here we go.
All right, Gruden, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, and I think if you kind of take a broader view at this, think about what the Miami Dolphins have done with these 2 picks and taking advantage of having 3 in the first round. I mean, you're getting great character. You're getting great people, not just very talented players who are going to check a lot of boxes for their positions. So if you're a Miami Dolphins fan,
if it did end up being Love, then apart from like the CeeDee Lamb selection or something like that, like the mock drafts have actually been, I think, more accurate this year than they have been in past years.
Yeah, I agree. It hasn't been too far off.
Tanking for Tua worked. They talked about that a year ago and started trading players and really good players. And now you're starting to see it. You got your
They're doing it right. Jacksonville is not.
Well, unless they're tanking for Trevor.
Right.
Even if they are, they're giving away. They're getting 4th and 5th round picks.
I would rather have Trevor than Tua. I'd rather have Trevor than any of those defensive players.
And that's all fine and good, but they're getting next to nothing for the players they're trading. And yeah, you can get an Antonio Brown in the 4th round, but you can also get a 1st round star. And they're not getting
Okay, here we go.
Here it is.
As the Las Vegas Raiders welcome their 2nd selection, make a special announcement. As you may know, we are scheduled to host a draft in Vegas this year. And we thank so many for the effort they put forth to prepare that possibility. And we think you deserve another shot. So we're happy here to announce that tonight, Las Vegas Raiders will host the 2020 NFL.
Vegas will host the 2020 draft.
Oh.
Wow. We can hear it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
We look forward to being there in Las Vegas, and congratulations.
We get the boats. We're going to get the boat and the island.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is it?
The Las Vegas Raiders select Damon Arnett, defensive
Who?
back.
I have no idea. Damon Arnett, defensive back.
Will Arnett?
Yes, Will Arnett.
Lego Batman. They took Lego Batman.
Who got picked again?
Damon Arnett. He's a cornerback from Ohio State. I don't remember seeing him. Maybe he was and I missed him or don't remember him. I don't remember seeing him in the 1st round on any mock draft.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. Congrats, Damon.
So far, the Raiders are losing the draft.
Reese, thank you very much. What a pleasure to be joined by.
Yeah, okay, so this is interesting now because Jordan Love could maybe go to Jacksonville.
I'm not gonna leave on that. That's just too pathetic.
No, you gotta go for one more.
One or two more because that
That's
was
a good one.
I'm not gonna leave on Will Arnett.
Ouch. Do it for me, but it was
Like now you start looking at the teams that are there, and unless someone trades up, if Jacksonville doesn't take him, then does New England take him, or does
Love?
someone? Yeah.
No,
And-
dude. Patriots are gonna get Love. That's
You thi-
all there is to
You
it.
think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, my mock draft. I don't know.
To go through this process together.
Ryan then says the Raiders are really good at picking nobody.
Man, Ruggs and that's both of those were kind of surprises for me.
Strange.
Yeah.
Latest health update.
I am doing amazing. I've made a
Yeah, if Love doesn't go to Jacksonville or New England, then I mean he's dropping into I think the bottom of the first round at best. You know, like would Tennessee maybe take him at 29? There's
I
not
don't know, man.
there's not a lot of teams that need quarterbacks.
No. Especially not projects like
Packers.
Love. Packers might
Packers.
they
behind Aaron Rodgers for 2
they
years.
do like those mobile quarterbacks.
Suggesting stuff for the Packers. Ah!
Although would they just be getting like Deshaun Kaiser 2.0?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm, I don't know.
Maybe.
Picking quarterbacks is a complicated profession.
It is.
It's funny, like, yeah, I don't think the Colts trade up into the bottom of the first round or anything like that.
And they
I can't
don't
imagine.
need to at this
They don't
point.
need to. They don't need to. So I'll go through the whole night one of the draft, and then the Colts don't even have a pick. But I'll be super excited for tomorrow night then.
Yeah.
Damon Arnett. That's random.
That was pretty random.
I would not have seen that coming.
And you know the Dolphins still have the 26th pick, so they can get, they can come out of the first round with their quarterback, an offensive tackle, and a running back or a wide receiver.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Yep. And then I wonder if their pick is like number 5 in the second round. 6 in the second round. So the Dolphins have 5 selections in the first 39 picks.
Wow. That's called highway robbery.
That is a lot of picks. And then they also then have 56.
Conveniently.
You guys know what? This is what my face looked like when I heard that Will Arnett was taken. Looked just like this.
That is funny.
I do not know how we're not bleeding viewers.
I know. We got 9 viewers, man. Thank you, everyone.
We've got more now than we've ever had.
No, we had 11 at one point. I'm pretty sure 2 people
it
left because of
fluctuates.
jokes.
No, they actually told me privately,
Yeah.
I love your jokes, but I gotta go.
Uh-huh. Gotta keep up appearances.
Oh, come on. Something interesting needs to happen.
I'm about to go.
Right now, the most interesting thing, I think, has been CeeDee Lamb dropping to the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I will credit Jerry Jones for not disappointing me there. I don't
know why.
I shouldn't have even, I should have been able to call that one right away. Because, I mean, Oklahoma, Jerry Jones alone making choices, and then you add in an Oklahoma player who has dropped farther than anybody expected him to. That's, I mean, never should have been any doubt.
Yeah.
My favorite was McCarthy's face, like.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
What if I got myself into?
No sympathy. If you go to work for Jerry Jones, you know what you're getting into.
Yep.
And McCarthy can probably last way longer than he should have, just by hanging in there and being like, yes sir, okay.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett 2.0.
Yeah.
It's gotta, you have to cast aside every ounce of your dignity and pride and self-worth to just be a puppet, but he can make a lot of money and get to coach an NFL team doing that.
Hey man, I do all that stuff and don't make money, so right. More power to him.
If you can do what you love for 9 years, be set for retirement, and never make it past the divisional round, go to Dallas. Oh boy,
I don't know. Dallas could be a big contender this year.
Yeah. But okay, come on. But Dallas fans have been saying that for the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's always that way with Dallas.
It's like always next year. They are the there's always next year team.
They are. NFL. And they always on paper. Oh, here's Jacksonville. The linebacker from LSU, Kavon Clayson, whatever his name is.
All right, guys, this is getting really boring.
Bailing out on us.
I'm gonna have to go. It's 9:41, and I don't know any of these players. So
see, the funny part is, like, we wouldn't even be starting for like 20 minutes normally. You know?
That's a good point.
What are you talking about?
Oh wait, no, sorry. Sorry. So we would have only been going for like
20 minutes ago we would have started something.
Probably,
like that,
yeah.
Yeah, but
I know. It's fine. I don't know if I'll stick around to the end, but
let's see who's next.
Next is Philly. So
I'll stick around for Philly. If Jefferson goes to Philly, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like they need like an outside guy. You know, I mean, unless you assume that Deshaun Jackson, has got something left in his old legs, and then Alshon Jeffrey, who was like trashing Carson Wentz, like. There was talk about them trying to trade Alshon Jeffrey, so I don't know. I don't know if they go Jefferson here or not, unless they think he can be moved outside or something. Because they've got, I mean, think about it. They've got both those tight ends. How many people can you throw the ball to in the middle of the field?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but if they don't, then who do they go with?
Where is a big need? Probably offensive line.
It's a receiver. I mean,
oh well, yeah.
No, I'm saying if they don't go receiver, because I mean, if they go receiver, it's going to be Jefferson, right? Or
their secondary was terrible, for a lot of the year. So they could go.
But they did trade for was it Darius Slay? I think with the Lions, right?
That's true. They did get Slay, and I don't know what their number 2 corner is like.
Has Jalen Johnson gone yet? No, right?
No, he's still there. So he's there. He could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Maybe they go somebody like T. Higgins or Brandon Ayuk, or I don't know.
Denzel Mims still there.
Mims, just so raw though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like maybe, but
what about AJ Terrell? Has he gone? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Was he the one that went to? Yeah, he went
Yeah.
Eagles pick is in. Yeah, this is where like normally I would stop. I would care a whole lot less about the draft, but now like we figured that like Ruggs, Lamb, and Judy were going to be gone by 20, and then it was going to be a question of like which receivers go in the next 12, 13 picks. So that's going to kind of determine who might be there for the Colts. Although I can completely see the Colts then not picking a receiver. They'll pick some other position, and I'll be just crying. But
Well, before we get Philadelphia's pick, Ryan N says that there's only a few teams in the league he thinks Jordan Love will go to and not be a bust. The Patriots are one of them.
Yeah.
Up to the Pats is the worst timeline.
But
boy.
We're in the worst timeline, folks.
We are in the worst timeline. The worst, stupidest timeline. Yeah, for sure. Although, like, that would go against... But see, we talked about this. I don't remember if AJ was there, but Judah and I talked about how, like, I would really like to see Love to the Patriots because he's not the prototypical Belichick quarterback. So I would like to see if Belichick would do that to try to adjust, to his skill set and like adjust to sort of a modern NFL. That I think would be exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of like how they bothered to put up these screens behind them that have the Eagles logos on there, but then they've got these wide angle shots where it doesn't even really matter, I mean, I guess maybe if they're doing like interviews from their webcam or something like that, then it just catches the back behind them. Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's completely pointless, But maybe when they're doing their interviews over webcam,
it's like whenever the YouTuber turns off their green screen, then you notice just like, it's just right there.
Yeah.
I mean, but anybody who goes on YouTube regularly, you kind of have you have to go at least 8 feet,
Yeah. Well, they're talking about Jefferson. Oh, is this? I think he's on the phone.
Uh-oh.
So it looks like it might be Jefferson to the Eagles. And they're talking about him the year before. Even though he played slot last year, he played out wide the year before. So maybe this is it. Looks like this might be it then. Here we go.
That song's going to be stuck in my head.
Two Vision says, big flop coming up.
Is he getting these picks off? Is he getting these picks off of Twitter? I want to know where he's getting them.
We thank you again for your support. With the 21st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Reagor.
Jalen Reagor. Interesting. Okay. So Jalen Reagor, wide receiver out of TCU. So that's
okay.
So he had a good combine. Let's see. I can't remember how big he is. Let's see. How big is he?
Is 5'11", 194. He's pretty small.
Okay.
Ryan N says, LOL, I know an Eagles fan that said if they pick Reagor, they will lose it. What does lose it mean?
I think
in a good way or bad way?
I think he means a bad way. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that pick.
That's interesting.
Like, I think he had a good combine. Let's see what we had here.
I like the name. Reagor is a solid man's name.
Yep, and it's a bad way.
That is what matters. Yeah. Let's see. What did he have here?
Apparently the Eagles were also, quote, enamored by Jalen Reagor.
All right, it's getting to where I don't know any of these. I don't think Love's going to be picked in the first round now. I'm depressed and I want to go to bed. So, guys, I bid you adieu to you and you.
Adios.
I'm leaving.
All right. I'll stick around a little while longer.
Yeah, me
if
too.
you want to. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Whenever you want to head out.
We'll
Good night, everybody.
Trim the fat off this podcast,
Ouch!
literally and figuratively. Oh,
Oh no!
oh, shots fired.
Oh no! You got to say that to his face next time. Oh no!
He can watch it. He can pop back in if he wants to.
So sorry. How was Jalen Rager's combine? You said. How'd it go?
No, I guess not as good as I thought it was. Let's see. It looks like he ran a 4.47, so that's not that fast. I guess it was men's.
Not bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It just wasn't like blow you away sub 4.4.
Right.
I'm fine with that. Take him. Let somebody else take. Now it's going to be interesting to see then what the Vikings do, because they need an outside receiver. I think Thielen started to play more outside, but they really need a guy opposite him. They don't need a slot guy, really. So do they want to take Justin Jefferson? But I would be fine if these teams just stayed away from receiver and left stuff for me. And then plus I just realized that I guess Minnesota got Buffalo's pick. So Minnesota has both. I'd just forgotten about that. And so they have 22 and 25.
That's nice. That's pretty nice.
So
I wonder if they might deal one of those. It's interesting.
They could definitely deal one of those and let somebody, if someone wanted to trade back into the bottom of the first. Although again, we're kind of talking about like, does someone even want to at this point? Is there someone there worth doing that for? I don't know that there is, unless it is a situation where they want to move back in and take somebody like Love.
In
nearly 100 years serving the military community.
Oh, what's it called? Ryan N says, read the Reddit Eagles draft thread. They are so upset.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Oh,
no. They must be like, because they were so close to CeeDee Lamb, and if I were them, I would have traded up, and they should have known that too, like they should have known that Jerry Jones would take somebody like that. So why would you not? Why would you not trade the 5 spots?
Oh my goodness, their Reddit thread is livid.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my goodness, that's scary.
Yeah, I don't love that pick for them, but we'll see.
Wow. Ryan N calls it quality entertainment.
I like how it's the NFC East too, because it seems like a lot of our entertainment comes out of the NFC East.
Yeah, it does.
With angry Eagles fans, Cowboys decisions, and Redskins dysfunction. So
just existence, honestly. Redskins.
And then you've got like the Giants haven't really been. Like the Giants have Dave Gettleman, and so the potential's always there for him too. So, the NFC East is one of the more entertaining divisions in football.
It is. It's almost like the NFC East is like all the kids are just absolutely losing their minds, and the Giants are just like the franchise with the most recent Super Bowls, and they're just like, why am I with these people?
Well,
like, franchise. Yeah, and I know the Eagles got that one. I know they got that one. But yet their fans still it lasted 6 months.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, by the start of the next season they were booing again. Yeah. Yeah, like I think like literally home opener they were, booing. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a Super Bowl in Philadelphia that buys you nothing. A ring for Philadelphia buys you nothing.
Yeah, it's like immediately after the parade, they're back to hating on you again.
Yeah,
that's how it works. It's a hard knock life for an Eagles player.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, so I'm just trying to look back at like what last year's draft was like. just to see if there were any other big surprises. I don't know. It's like every time the NFL draft rolls around, it's like you remember it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then once the new mock drafts come out, it just leaves your brain.
You just immediately forget it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think there's just so much, there's just so much. I mean, 30-something teams, 7 rounds,
Yeah.
So tomorrow it starts at 7, so it starts a little earlier. That's good.
That's nice. That's nice.
We
And
got
that's
2
7
rounds.
your time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost 11 over there.
Yep.
This, I think, has just set the record for the longest RotoHackers podcast of all time.
Oh,
We're
that's
3
true.
hours.
3 hours. Yeah. Well, this one should be it,
Yeah.
This one should be an NFL draft, probably.
This
Especially-
deserves it.
So the Vikings pick is in.
Here we go. I'm excited. Let's see what my division rivals decide to do.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. The Vikings are like the rival that I always forget about because I hate the Packers and the Lions are just like have been so bad for so long that I'm just like, it's okay. But the Vikings, they're just there.
Yeah.
They're just there.
I want to know who are all these fans that they have on
Right.
live streams. Like, I don't know that these are real. All right, here's the pick.
Paid actors.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
With the 22nd pick in the 2020 draft, the Minnesota Vikings select
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, gonna play him outside, I guess.
All right.
Guess they have confidence to play him outside.
Just goes from one purple team to the next.
Yeah. Literally purple and gold to purple and gold. So,
Yeah. Oh my! I love seeing Roger Goodell just try to like slowly clap his hands. To the Vikings fans before the pick.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So Jefferson's gone now. And Jalen Rager's gone. So now it'll be interesting to see because I wouldn't think New England would take a wide receiver. Maybe they could.
Right.
But they used a first.
Oh, we got a trade.
Oh, we do have a trade. Well, I don't think the Chargers are trading up to take Jordan Love.
True.
But that's classic Belichick. Classic Belichick trading back with. But now, where did the Chargers move up from?
I don't even know.
Because they moved up from the second round, I guess. I guess maybe the top of the second round they moved up.
Patriots trade pick 23. The Chargers give them second and third round picks. Pick 37, pick 71, I think.
Okay. Because the Chargers would have been, I guess, about 6 in round 2. So, yeah. But who are they trading up for?
It can't be Love. I don't even know.
Like, they don't need a wide receiver. Would they? I don't know.
Jonathan Taylor, maybe to replace Gordon. Try to get the AD again.
I don't think they'd trade up for a running back. Maybe. I wonder if it's a defensive player. Like maybe like who else is still out there? Yeah. Like Patrick Queen, the LSU linebacker. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe they want a tackle. Maybe they want to trade up and get Josh Jones or something to help protect Herbert.
That is true.
That is going to be, or Cesar Ruiz, who's center guard. Usually when teams take a young quarterback and then they trade back up, because the Falcons did this when they took Matt Ryan. And then we saw this with the Dolphins taking, a tackle after Tua. I would say it's going to be for a tackle. To help protect them. That's my I'm sorry. Or it could be Ruiz. I'll say offensive lineman. I'll leave it a little more open ended.
All right.
I can't imagine like who else they would be willing to trade back up unless they just see a defender that they didn't expect to be there and really like. Right. But I can't imagine
they might grab someone to opposite Danielle Hunter maybe. Try to get another edge rusher.
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, they've got Bosa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say offensive line.
Yeah. Makes the most sense. Everyone who's still hanging in with us right now, thank you guys so much. It's awesome having you guys here for a 3-hour episode. It does not feel like 3 hours to me right now. I feel like I've been on for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it has gone by quick.
Yeah. I mean, there's the occasional, okay, yep, it's Burrow, move on, wait 10 minutes for the next pick, but still.
Justin Jefferson reminds me a little bit of he's got that same swagger and the hair's similar of Jalen Ramsey.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
Maybe it's just the highlight clip of beforehand where he's got this, like cocky attitude, but it's that I get a Jalen Ramsey, which I don't know if that's the best thing then.
All right.
Maybe he'll have a better attitude than Stephon Diggs. I don't know. 1 year in, he's like, trade me too.
He understands why he wanted out.
So that's an interesting. Let's see. Here's the trade.
There was a trade, and now the Chargers are going to make this selection. Los Angeles Chargers got their quarterback.
Yeah, Chargers pick is in. Let's see if we're going to. Yep, here we go.
The New England Patriots have traded the 23rd pick to the Los Angeles Chargers. With the 23rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Kenneth Murray, linebacker.
Oh, Kenneth Murray, linebacker, Oklahoma. Okay.
All right.
I guess he was just a guy that they really liked.
All right, sure. Works for me.
Let's see. Yeah, that's another guy that I don't know that I remember seeing. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. He was originally projected to 21 to the Eagles in somebody's in Mel, maybe Kuiper's. Yeah, Kuiper's mock draft. So that's not bad. So
yeah.
I was just going to go back to a couple of those receivers just drafted. Like Justin Jefferson then becomes interesting. Because he's going to be the number 2 wide receiver. They're going to throw more to Thielen.
Of course.
I don't know if I love his immediate fantasy value. It took Stephon Diggs a while to get going last year. And so you've got a rookie receiver coming in for a team that doesn't throw that much, and they may have an abbreviated offseason. So I don't know that I really love. See, I was thinking I was coming into this draft thinking, okay, maybe the Jets are going to take Lamb, maybe the Raiders are going to take Judy, and then both those guys go to a situation where they're going to almost slot in as the number 1 right away.
Right.
Now it's all a little bit messier, so I don't love these rookie receiver values as much as I thought that I might,
Yeah. It makes sense in terms of the Vikings because they had no second receiver other than Tajay Sharp.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
But
no.
Man.
They had to have a receiver. But just from that player's fantasy standpoint, I don't know how good I feel about Jefferson, and I don't know how good I feel about Jalen Reagor in Philadelphia. I feel better about him, depending on what they do with Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson. But I don't know about Jefferson. So it'll be interesting to see who's the first rookie receiver off the board in fantasy. Is it Ruggs because he's in the best situation? Is it maybe Judy going to Denver where he doesn't have to be the number 1 guy? Lamb, man, I don't know, with playing behind Cooper and Gallup, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Huh.
You know, it's crazy now. Like, I wonder if the Cowboys had known that they could get CeeDee Lamb, would they have still signed Amari Cooper? You know?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. And now they're gonna have to pay Dak too. Ugh.
You're gonna have to pay Dak. Yeah.
Something's gonna happen in Dallas, and it's not gonna go down well. It's not gonna go down well.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see. Who else have we got here? So we got the Saints. The Saints, Mel Kiper's mock had them projected to take a receiver, that Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
Let's see. This other mock draft, the CBS Sports mock draft that I'm looking at, had Murray going to him. So obviously, he's off the board. So
and this one I'm looking at had Rieger going to the Saints. So I mean, take your pick.
I mean, they signed Emmanuel Sanders. So would they want to go?
I'm pretty high on.
Yeah, you like him. So would they want to go wide receiver? Would they want to go? Would they want to go with an edge rusher or maybe a cornerback here? I think Eli Apple went somewhere else and wasn't that great to begin with. Maybe they would want to go with a defensive back or a linebacker like Patrick Queen. It's hard for me to imagine them wanting to go receiver here. I'm not sure how many other, because the next few picks are Saints, Vikings. Vikings just took a receiver. Dolphins, maybe they could go receiver. Seahawks, they've got Lockett and Metcalf. Then the Ravens. The Ravens could be in the market for a big receiver.
Maybe.
Although they've got some young guys, they've got Marquise Brown, then the Ravens, the Packers. So it's interesting.
Packers, I could see going wide receiver for sure.
The Packers,
I think out of all of those, definitely, I think Packers are number one for me. Who say, we need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So we've still got. So the best receivers on the board are still guys like T. Higgins, Brandon Ayuk, Denzel Mims, and then maybe you get into like Michael Pittman. Could he sneak up into the first round? That's the guy that I really want to be there to see if the Colts will take him, and they might not still, but I would love for him to still be there when the Colts pick.
Right.
Thanks for sharing your DIY haircuts. Thanks for sharing.
This is certainly better. I don't even know how to feel about this draft because it hasn't been boring per se. There's been a couple of really cool picks, but it just kind of exists.
It's not brought the excitement that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
One good share deserves another. Muscle milk helps build muscles, but not the muscle that pushes you to come back stronger.
Ryan N, by the way, says, hey, why not? I'm going to be on my laptop chatting about the draft anyway. Might as well listen to the boys. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, man. And honestly, I don't know how we still have 7 viewers after 3 hours and 17 minutes.
I think our commentary is about as worthwhile as a lot of the pro commentary that we're getting here.
Oh, yeah. Plus, we don't even have any commercial breaks or anything either.
That's right. That's right. We don't have commercial breaks. It's just something that people can have on in the background, non-threatening, except if you listen to Judas Fantasy Advice, then that's fairly threatening.
Yep. We're just your friendly neighborhood podcaster.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be at least talking about probably something different than what the talking heads are going to.
Yeah. One of the things that I was really curious about is that I wonder how the rookies of like this year are going to compare to the rookies from like the past 3 years entering their rookie season, since the offseason is going to be so short. I don't know if they're like most of them are going to sit for a couple of weeks to get more acclimated, or if they'll start immediately and it won't go well. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely puts it puts a lot bigger burden on this rookie class. I mean, positions like running back, you can just typically slot those guys in as long as they can block well enough, as long as they're good enough pass blockers. Oh, here's Vikings pick. Wait a minute. I thought this was the Saints pick.
Should be.
Oh yeah, they got Ruiz, the center.
Right.
Sorry, they had already moved it up to where it said Vikings on the clock, and so that was what confused me. Yeah, so they took offensive line. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even really need anything, honestly. Like, the Saints are one of the most well-rounded teams
They are.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
Reese, you can understand that emotion when you know something about the Ruiz family and its story. It's part of the story of the Good Samaritan, a person who goes out of his way to help a stranger in need. Cesar Ruiz knows that story well. It's the story of his dad and part of how his father's legacy.
I'm wondering what the chances of us getting copyright claimed are by ABC.
Yeah, possibly so.
We've been copyright claimed once. I wonder if it'll happen again.
Well, if it does, then we have to start being careful, because then
Yeah, I think they just claimed like the money from our video, but I mean, if we are making money, we're getting like 2 cents.
Maybe so. I wasn't sure about how copyright strikes work now. I thought it was still. I know at one point it was like where if you get 3, they can I think shut down your channel. But
Right.
I don't know. We'll have to probably read up on that. But I'm sure. I did a podcast with a buddy of mine where we streamed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
You cannot. It's not on screen. It shows no video. You can really only hear parts of audio. It's garbled, terrible audio over a TV, and it was still copyright claimed. I mean, which is just a total joke. You could listen to the whole thing and have no idea what was going on with the audio, but that's just that's just how they do it. So
that's just how it rolls. I think we'll be okay, because I think they just strike the video and not the channel itself.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, you guys can collect all the revenue that doesn't exist from this video.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Vikings are back on the clock again, so you got to assume. Let's see, what do they need here? I mean, they lost Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah, cornerback.
So maybe they go cornerback. Yeah. So it would be fun. It would be interesting if they took Antoine Winfield Jr., because you may not remember Antoine Winfield, but he was a very good cornerback for I believe the Vikings.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I remember him. No.
Yeah. Let's see when he played. Man, Sean Payton's got some blonde hair there. It's either I don't know if it looks like maybe it's the lighting, because he looks like a Simpsons character. His whole body. I don't know if you can throw that up there, but
I can see. Let's see here.
He's just yellow, just all yellow.
Oh, come on, we gotta get it up. Come on.
And I work my tail off every single day, day in and day out. This is just amazing. Just get my name called by me on the six. That's amazing.
It's kind of funny because we're hearing. I know I'm listening to talking about how you got DeForest Buckner for a first round, and Judah Boot is like, oh man, we gotta get a wide receiver. I have no stock in this round whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
I think that's why I'm so high on Denver this year, because I'm like, I like their team a lot, and they actually have a first round pick. So I'm like, all right, let's go Broncos.
Right. Well, and your guy Jay Cutler came from Denver, so
yeah.
Is there a Chicago-Denver connection there?
Yeah, sure.
Not so much. Not so much.
Yeah, not that much. No, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, I think the Sean Payton thing might have been right before this, but
Yeah. What's it called? I remember back when so when I was younger, I really, really loved Kyle Orton a lot, and I was really mad when we traded him to Denver. And I think it was his last season. I think he was with Buffalo, and he came in off the bench and won the game and got Buffalo to an 8-8 winning season, and they carried him off the field. And my 11-year-old self, or however old I was like, yes, let's go, Kyle. We never should have traded you in the first place. So that was kind of fun.
From South Carolina with the 14th overall pick, and now the Niners who went to the Super Bowl. You're going to go have an opportunity to add to that. So they traded
Vikings trade the pick to San Francisco. That's interesting.
oh, so it could be receiver.
Yeah. I could see them going receiver here. What's it called? The guy out of which guy am I thinking of? I'm blanking on the name right now.
Yeah, it's Denzel Mims, Brandon
was.
Ayuk, T. Higgins. Here we go.
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 25th pick to the San Francisco 49ers. With the 25th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Brandon Ayuk,
Yep, Brandon Ayuk.
There it is.
Arizona State.
All right. And now I got to figure out how to spell his name.
It's I think A-I-Y. Yeah, A-I-Y-U-K. So
Okay.
he bought
cool.
a lot of vowels there. 4 straight vowel. Well, Y is I guess technically a consonant.
Okay.
but
Okay.
Can
It
be
counts.
used.
It counts.
Yeah, this guy I have seen almost nothing on. I really don't know a whole lot about him.
Me neither.
Well, I don't really like that because that takes one more receiver off the board, and you still have some teams that could, maybe Miami could go for one, maybe Baltimore, maybe the Packers. So
Packers, yeah. And Ryan N brings up a good point. No running backs yet.
No
Still
running
no
backs.
running backs.
yeah,
I think Miami could be the first team to take a running back.
I think so. Yeah, I would think that they would go either running back or I don't know who's the best. They lost a lot off that defense, so maybe they need to go defender here. But
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they went wide receiver here.
Oh yeah.
So you throw in that length to go along with the rest of his physicality. It's a special player.
So yeah, maybe it could be Swift, but the thing is, Miami's right back on the clock again. They're all 3 running backs are still there, and then they'll be right back on the clock again at. Oh no, maybe they don't have.
I think that's their last one. Yeah, 26 for this round.
Well, yeah, it is for this round, but I thought they were a little higher in the second round. Okay, maybe I read that wrong somewhere because I thought they were up there in the second round too. I thought maybe I looked at the wrong one. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, maybe if they want to go running back, this might be then the spot to do it.
Interesting. All right. Also, I just realized we had forgotten to ask Judah Buddha if he took the Wonderlic test or not.
I doubt he did. He probably forgot it.
And we'll let him know. We'll let him know before tomorrow. Or Saturday, I should say.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, because I can pretty much stay, I'm pretty much in for as long as you're in for. So whenever you're burnt out.
Okay. I'm the same way. Like if you're getting tired, we can let's see who's coming up here. If there's anything interesting coming up.
Seattle, Baltimore, Tennessee, Green Bay, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, this mock draft, Kuiper's mock draft has them taking T. Higgins. I mean, they've already got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. And no more, as much as they like to run the ball, that seems like a weird pick for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know that there's anything terribly interesting that I mean, I'm curious, but yeah, if you're ready to go, we can call it quits.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to see if the Dolphins want to take a running back or not.
Yeah, we'll watch the Dolphins pick, and then we can bail out, and we will have still hit the 3.5 hour mark.
Oh yeah, a new milestone.
I don't know if we're going to break that one before, unless we stream the draft next year.
Right, or if we stream the Super Bowl or something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll see what Miami does.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think it's all that interesting unless someone trades back up into the first round.
Yeah, and there's no Lamar Jackson to come up and trade for this year. So
You wouldn't think so unless someone wants to come up and take Love.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Honestly, I will admit, though, I was really surprised when Lamar had fallen that far the year he got drafted. I was like, really? He's going to go all the way down there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I was clear really if he was going to be a first or second round pick. I'm trying to remember now. I think the stuff I read was more unclear about it. And so I'm trying to remember if anybody mocked him into around 20 or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Jeff J says, good show, guys. Enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging in here as well.
Yeah.
On this juggernaut of an episode, megasode.
Yeah, they're usually a little more condensed.
Concise. Yeah.
Jeff. So like during fantasy season where we've got actual fantasy content to talk about and predictions to make, it's better. We're mostly just like, we're going to be watching the draft anyway. And so why not just stream ourselves talking about it with random bits of silence as we stare at screens.
Yeah, that's got to be the best part. I mean, honestly, just looking at our faces, we stare at screens.
Right.
I should have just slowly transitioned through everyone's individual face.
Right.
And I mean, at this point, we got mood music now. I can hear those violins in the background.
Yeah, we've got a promo for the Jordan doc.
Ah, yes. Oh, I really want to see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first 2 episodes yet. People keep telling me I need to check it out. Yeah, I guess episodes 3 and 4 are going to be Sunday. Mm-hmm. All right, Dolphins, what you going to do?
Yeah, and Jeff J says this is good, but we look forward to it. What do we got?
Oh, I thought it sounded like they might have been about to say they had traded it, but I guess not.
Yeah,
they're down to like a minute left and still haven't put the pick in.
Yeah, honestly.
You see the numbers that he put up for the Crimson Tide, nearly 7,500 yards, and he is a top 5 overall pick. Joined now by the head coach at Alabama.
This is weird. Under a minute left, and they still haven't put their pick in.
Yeah. So I guess I can go ahead and ask then, what do you think is it has to, who do you think was the biggest, anything about the draft, biggest steal, favorite pick, least favorite pick, any of that?
The Dolphins did trade. They traded with the Packers.
Oh, okay.
So who's this? Who did the Packers want?
Just missed out.
He did. Yeah, that's what he gets. That's what he gets for bailing out early. I think it's got to be, unless the Packers do something crazy. What if they're trading up to take Jordan Love? Ooh. I think probably not. They're probably. I don't know. You never know with the Packers. You never would have expected them to take Aaron Rodgers the year that they took Aaron Rodgers to replace Favre. So, I think it's got to be CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb to Dallas has got to be the most interesting and surprising thing. I can't think of anything else that really. Maybe Ruggs to the Raiders to a certain extent, but we knew the Raiders needed a receiver. We expected them to take one. We just didn't necessarily expect them to take him over Judy and CeeDee Lamb. So
So the Dolphins swapped picks with the Packers and also got pick 136.
Okay, so that's like a fourth, maybe a fifth, maybe a fifth round
pick, I think.
Yeah.
Early fifth. I don't know.
Probably. I'm just doing like the numbers of like 32, 32, 32, 32 up in my head. So
Right.
yeah, it's probably like early fifth round pick, I think. So
Yeah.
So I think it's probably, but did they have a receiver they liked that they wanted to move up to get? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Devontae Adams to make some plays. They have to win now, and I think there's still good receivers left available.
That is a good point, though. The Packers, I don't know. It's like I feel like the Packers, I know they made it to the NFC Championship, but they need something to energize that team.
Here we go. I feel like I'm afraid it's gonna be Pittman, my guy that I want.
The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, they did take him. They took Jordan Love. Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
I gotta text him and tell him to get back on right now. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
You know who's mad right now is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is so mad right now.
Oh my goodness! This is finally the what's the coach's name again? I'm blanking on it really quick.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
What's the Packers coach's name again? I'm blanking right now.
Is it? Yeah, I blanked too because it was Mike McCarthy forever. Zach. Let's see. No, that's the Bengals coach. Is Zach? Yeah, I can't tell you without
Matt
LaFleur. Okay.
Yeah, he's just putting his foot down, I guess.
That is pretty wild. That is pretty wild. But I mean, it's the same thing that happened to Rodgers. Like nobody expected them to take Rodgers because they thought, they got a couple more years of Favre, a few more years or something like that. So this is a very, very interesting pick.
Yeah, and as a Bears fan, I'm almost entitled to say this is a terrible pick or whatever. But if I wasn't a Bears fan, this makes total sense to me, especially with Rodgers' injury history.
Yeah, I mean, if you think he's the guy, I mean, number one, you're the Packers, and so you're not going to be drafting near the top of the draft unless Aaron Rodgers misses the whole season or something. You're not going to be in a position to take Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or somebody like that. So if you think Jordan Love is the guy, then you take him,
Yeah. Ryan N asks, Packers giving up on Rodgers soon? I don't know. I mean, at this point, Rodgers is 36. He's had 3 head injuries and 2 shoulder injuries at this point. He's played for 14 seasons. He's banged up. I think this is a smart pick. I don't know how many years Rodgers has left in him. I mean, he can fit, like, skill-wise, yes, I think he can keep going for a couple of years, but I don't know if his body can keep up.
Yeah. Well, that just re-energized me there for a minute here,
Yeah, I know, me too.
So, man, that is very interesting. Yeah. The irony here of this kind of happening to Rodgers, which, I mean, I think he'll handle it better than Favre, but I mean, Rodgers has been pretty good about talking about wanting to like give back and kind of help tutor the next generation. I remember him working some with Josh Rosen when he came out a couple of years ago, but those guys did not play on his team. And so it'll be interesting to see how he responds when it's his team, when he's wanting, to make, runs at Super Bowls, and they just used a first round pick on his, what they're expecting to be his replacement. Yeah.
It's interesting whether he's going to be more like Alex Smith mentality of like, look, I know at some point this other guy's going to come in, or if this is going to be more Ben Roethlisberger. No.
Yeah. This will be very interesting. This now replaces what I just said about CeeDee Lamb as the most interesting pick of the draft.
I think I'm with you on that. I'm totally with you on that. Ryan N says the Packers are trying to win a Super Bowl and they traded up to draft a backup quarterback.
Yeah. That's a very interesting pick. I mean, if you think he's the guy, like we said, Aaron Rodgers is 36 and a long injury history. And man, last year he just did not look like the same player that we had seen in years past, where he just carried that team in years past.
Yeah.
And then the last year and a half or so, where he had been injured and then came back last year, and he just wasn't the same player. So I don't fault them. It's just, man, you hope you don't miss on that.
Yeah, big time.
Let's see what Jordan Love's got. No, I was just gonna see what Jordan Love has to say here.
Just super excited. Yeah, that's just all excitement right now.
Would you have ever expected this?
Hey, I mean, I didn't know what to expect coming into this, so I'm super excited. Some good talks with.
Yeah, he's excited. That's all he's saying. So I would. What did you say?
No, go ahead. You go first.
No, nothing interesting. Go ahead with what he said.
I was just gonna say, Judah Buddha just said, "Called it cool. Lots to learn under Rodgers." That's what he says.
Learn as much as I can.
Especially now, we are
all yep. I would much rather have had an interview with Rodgers. That would have been the more interesting thing would have been to have a live stream on Aaron Rodgers as they met, which I'm sure they called him first. So that would have been the time. That would have been the time to see his face, is when they called him to tell him that they were going to take Jordan Love. Man, he is not happy right now. He may be a good soldier and but he's not happy right now.
Yeah, that's man, which makes me wonder even more, what are they gonna do? Because I know I said last year, I didn't phrase it great, but it's like Rodgers is the leader in the sense that he's the one who holds the team together. But at the end of the day, Aaron Jones was the one bringing home the dough 90% of the time. He was the one getting the end zone and scoring points. And now you've got your backup with still a C+ wide receiving core.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see what the Packers do this year.
Yeah.
Again, I think it sends a message. I think we got potential drama there in Green Bay.
Kirk Herbstreit saying that he thinks it sends a message and could have potential drama in Green Bay. I think he's right.
Oh, yeah. So I guess my question is, do you want to keep going? Is that a good one to end on? I don't know. Totally up to you.
We can get off if you're ready to. I'm fine. That's a good one to end on. But I thought when you started saying, do you even want to keep going? I was thinking you mean like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, or is it time to they a year from now we could see Aaron Rodgers maybe on his way out of Green Bay. That would be very interesting.
Oh boy.
Maybe he comes to the Colts in a year.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
I think Aaron would be an upgrade over Phillip Rivers, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm getting ahead of myself here a little bit, but this is definitely added a lot of intrigue to this one here. The Seahawks pick is in. Let's do the Seahawks one, and then we'll quit after that one. 27 is a lucky number for me anyway. So
all right, perfect.
So it's the 27th pick. So we'll end on that one.
There you go.
I don't know. What does Seattle want? I would say, that there's been talk that with Penny's injury and stuff like that, maybe they could go they could take a running back. That they probably need an offensive lineman. I would say offensive lineman, or maybe there's still a couple of pretty solid linebackers out there. Maybe they go That way, Jadeveon Clowney, though, they lost him. So maybe they didn't have him for long. So maybe here we go. Just don't take a receiver.
Teams and stadiums, helping those who need it the most in our communities. So with the 27th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jordan Brooks, linebacker.
Jordan Brooks, linebacker. Yeah, like I said, there was a couple of good linebackers there, so they took him. So I could see that. That's a position of some need for them. So
yeah, and I could see that helping out a lot with Bobby Wagner. I could see that helping a lot.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about the there being a good receiver there if they want to take him, because so Minnesota, let's see. Wait, no, who did the Packers? No, the Packers traded with the Dolphins. So I think the Dolphins, I don't think they take a receiver. I don't think the Giants take a receiver. I don't think the Chiefs take a receiver. Baltimore and Tennessee coming up, they could. And then the Bengals are the first pick of the second round above the Colts. So once we get through these next couple of picks, if we get through at least one of those without a receiver, then I'll feel a little bit better about, the Colts having, an option there like Pittman or Denzel Mims or somebody like that.
Because that's their biggest need for sure at wide receiver.
I think so. I mean, they may not see it that way. I can see them. They almost. I know some teams overvalue skill positions. The Colts almost devalue them too much, and so I would like to see them do that. But anyway, so we better bail before the Ravens get their pick in, because then I'm going to be like, all right, let's stay for one more,
Yeah, I know.
And then it's like, there's just 4 picks left. Let's just stay till the end of the round. So, if you're ready to get off, we probably need to bail.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the 3-hour, 46-plus minute RotoHackers juggernaut of a draft episode. Wow. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Who's still here? Thanks for staying with us.
We'll be back Saturday morning, and we'll be able to talk about what happened Friday night. And then, and I don't know, I might even see about somehow doing a live stream for a few minutes just to see you could see me talk about the Colts pick tomorrow night or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
definitely.
So I don't know. So I don't know about tomorrow night, but if people subscribe and turn on notifications, then they can know if we do a special episode. But if not tomorrow night, then definitely Saturday morning, where we'll be able to talk more about Friday night. And then I guess the draft will be going either as we're starting, or I don't know. Anyway, we'll be talking about stuff
like that.
Yeah.
That was the most natural plug we have ever had in RotoHackers history for our channel. Well done.
No problem.
Well, everyone, Two Visions, Ryan N, Jeff J, Thomas H, everyone who commented, thank you guys for hanging on for a super long time. Really helps us out. Really enjoy talking to you guys about football as always. Yeah, we had a couple really fun picks. It's like a slow ride, and bam, it just
the love thing really kind of was a good way to cap it off. And Judah wasn't here for it, I mean,
I know, man, just left too early, just missed it.
That decision was as bad as some of his fantasy decisions.
Oh my goodness. He's gonna have to answer for all of these at some point.
It's like how he apologizes to certain players for doubting them. We need to put the camera on him and have an apology from him for leaving us too early.
Of course. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time on the RotoHackers podcast, either Friday or Saturday. I'm not going to shill for our channel because Jared already did that so well. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is AJ Herschel, the kid. I am here with it's Jared, the absolute stud. We're also here for Judah Buddha, who left us right before his team took Jordan Love. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. I can't do outros naturally, so I'm just going to hit the button and end the episode.
Good enough.